You're hosting JH Gamingo at the moment.
It says gaming 09.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
I read it quickly.
Gamingo.
Gamingo.
That's his new name now. That's it.
I never realised how low quality my camera is.
It's fine. You probably find it's the lighting where you are more than the camera.
I could probably see if that helps.
I wouldn't change too much of your camera settings now in case it...
No, I think he's actually better lighting. Oh. Was I turn the camera on and off? Yes, sir.
Okay, now.
Are you trying to get the DM to like drop a boulder on you?
Yeah. we begin the game. Yeah. You're waiting to set something there of hell.
A section of the ceiling collapses upon you.
Roll.
This is clapping in his throat going, well done.
And it's like, every time you adjust your camera, you must roll d20 for damage.
Have you heard the ongoing joke in Critical Role about the yeah? Who's on the council? Ah!
I'm hosting you. You're welcome.
I should be doing that already. No, you're on my auto host list.
I haven't got one of them.
I can take you off if you like.
If I've hosted you, I've done it on purpose.
We all have white walls. Apparently, white walls is a thing.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh yeah!
Look at these gorgeous settings.
Oh yeah. Except my
So
wife disappeared and there was
beautiful.
just a cat. I'll turn the window capture off for now. So yeah, oh look at that.
Gorgeous.
Managed to find a way we can fit everything in that window nicely, and we've all got nice backgrounds and stuff. Oh,
Love it.
it's almost like I've learnt from what I did last time. I mean, it's almost like VoodooBeard learnt what I did wrong last time. Oh dear. Hello, people in the stream.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh dear, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a little while.
First things first, while we're all here, Happy New Year, adventurers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year.
That's all I got.
Other brand of colas are available.
Yep. New Year.
Yellow Coke.
Mm-hmm. There we go. See, we're not biased against cola in this stream.
Roller cola.
Do you remember Virgin Cola?
Yeah.
It was delightful,
Yes.
but you
It's
drink
really...
too much. You drank too much of it, and like you felt your teeth at the back just start crumbling.
Yeah.
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 Try it once.
It was basically liquefied sugar.
Black liquefied sugar. It was like tar, but in liquid form.
It was like caramel with fizzy water in it.
Yeah, it really was. Oh dear. But how are we all?
All right.
Let's do a nice, pleasant introductions and stuff. Everything seems to be working okay. Nothing on the screens are screaming at me that I've done something horrifically wrong.
Always good.
It is always good. Always, always, always good. Let me just make sure my things are firing. Oh, yeah. Oh. Right, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting a bit... Oh, the pride. Oh, the pride. Right. Now, has anybody got any announcements they'd like to make? Any sponsors or... No, wait, that's the other show. That's the good one.
D&D Beyond, everyone!
Yeah, for those who are interested, we are using D&D Beyond for our characters. We are talking through Roll20. All the screens and the maps and stuff is through all Roll20. Sorry, we're talking through Discord. I lied to you already.
I was about to say.
Lies.
False advertising!
False advertisement. Kill him!
False woods. Burn the witch.
Burn the witch.
But,
You have wizards looking at your door with their lawyers.
Literal
Have you ever
wizards.
seen-
Lies of the coast.
have you ever seen Sanders' sides whenever Logan just gets into a tiz and he just goes, falsehood!
That's the thing now, you just need to scream at me every time I do something wrong. Just, no! Top of your voice, falsehoods. Oh dear. Right then, should we have a little bit of a recap before we start?
Yes.
So, you ragtag bunch of adventurers came to meet at the entrance to the town of Myth Ath Losi. There, when you entered, you found a Towin in peril.
Howin.
A Towin in peril.
Tower in peril.
The land barren, the animals and the crops wasting away into nothing, the town on its knees. With a bit of investigating and meeting with your new friend, the druid Noella, who has also got her familiar cat form next to her. Oh no, he's buggered off.
Never work with children. Or
No,
animals.
he's found somewhere more comfortable to go and lie. You made your way to the castle at the top of the mountain where the town mayor lived. Here you found where the carts were seemingly ended up destroyed and ruined, and corpses with bite marks in them. Pressing on, you came to the open door of the castle and entered into the massive entry throne room, where sat the monstrous Bandahob, a giant, fiendish frog-like creature, who, with its magical powers, brought the reanimated corpses of the King's Guard, the Silver Shield, back from the dead, and then tried to attack you with them, because he was a naughty, naughty boy. But thanks to your combined efforts and a new DM never having to DM for 5 players before, you easily dispatched the Bandahob. And
That's also a lie.
I've done it for 5 people before. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've done it for 5 people before. Okay, in that case, it's falsehood. There we go. First one. I need a button. Bah, falsehood. And there, you fought the Bandahob, to which little Rico, the little droid that can, blasted him to pieces. And upon his melting, left a gem, which Noella unfortunately picked up and was transported to an underwater room where she came face to face with the bitch queen herself, Umbraa.
Dun, the bitch queen.
Who in no certain terms let her know that things were
Was a
not...
bitch.
It was a bitch. Was a bitch. And let her know in no uncertain terms that she hadn't forgotten what happened many, many years ago. Breaking her out of her trance-like consciousness, you then proceeded to head back down to the town where Sen, I'm pretty sure you were eager to get on and inform your military colleagues of what had happened. But not before,
Back to the barracks.
not before Mura had found the pub and bought you all a round of drinks. So, we shall start this session.
I'd also shattered that crystal.
You did shatter the crystal. So, we shall start this session, all of you, in the Bull's Head Tavern, with Tyrius, the mayor of Myth Ath Losi, thanking you for a hard day's work. The sun is setting. He's provided you with free board for the night, courtesy of the barman, and has bought you all dinner, a round of drinks, and is sitting with you to sort of toast the occasion. He wants to seem a man of the people again after he let the people down so seriously by playing with that stupid gem. So now...
Tyrius always pays his debts.
Yes, they do. So now, curious adventurers, because you don't have a group name for me to call you. The world is yours. What would you like to do?
I do not know.
Julian's just kind of sat in the corner, feet up on the edge of the chair. She's got this great big flagon that's like almost as big as her head, and she's just there taking little sips.
It comes in pints.
Yeah. Watching the world. This is a pint. And she's just watching the world go by while she sips her drink.
Is the mayor still with us?
He is still with you, indeed.
And he knew about the gem.
He found the gem and sort of took it back to his castle as sort of like finders keepers.
Okay, so I'm going to ask him about the origins of the gem and ask him why he would bring that back to the town and risk his people's lives.
Okay, so he sort of looks over at you and a little bit solemn, and he drops his head and he says, I was taking a walk around the glacier. It's so beautiful this time of year, and I could see it sticking out of a chunk of ice. So I had one of the guards chisel it away, and it was in this little box. And I flipped it open, and it was beautiful. I mean, you saw it; it was beautiful. So we just took it back. We didn't know what it was until I opened it, and then when I touched it, that thing, it came out, and it froze me and did horrible things. I didn't know what it was. You have to believe me. You have to believe me. I saw a gem and thought more wealth.
Do I believe him?
I was just about to
roll an insight check.
I'm going to roll an insight check too, if I may.
Yeah, either both of you roll separately, or does one of you want to give the other one advantage?
I can give Amy advantage, yeah.
Okay. So
Does having more than one person boost would be of any help?
I mean,
23.
You can all individually roll if you want. I don't mind.
I'm happy
23,
to.
DM.
23. Do you all want to roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roberto Fanini, thank you for that follow.
8.
Zen fully believes that a person finding a gem would go, ooh, gem.
17.
17. Noella?
I rolled an 8, so apparently Julyan is about halfway into that pint.
Noella? You do.
So that is a 24.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a big secret. He's not trying to keep any secrets from you. He was literally just a eager-eyed person who saw, oh, gem, I like gems, and took it without thinking of consequences.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Feel like a lesson was learnt today.
Oh, Robbie from work! It's Robbie from work!
Hi, Robbie,
Robbie
from work.
Hi, Robbie from work.
What a guy. Robbie from work is the best batcher we have. Hands down. hands down. Not just
There we go.
because he likes Batman and the Mandalorian, but he's just the best.
Instant win.
Instant win
His mix,
straight away.
his mix. Mwah, chef kiss.
Yeah. Mwah. He makes concrete. He likes sci-fi. Oh, what a guy.
Such sand gravel mix. Oh,
Yeah. Perfect. Beautiful.
just the right amount of plasticizer.
You got it. You got it.
Oh
So,
dear.
Tyrius looks over at you, Sen, and he says,
Hello.
I believe you wish to get a message back.
Yes.
It's an awful long way to travel, but my assistant is wily in things like this. He may be able to send a message for you if you like. Get the word ahead of you.
Okay. I'll scribe a note, and I'll hand it to you when it's finished.
Okay, sound. He snaps his fingers, and one of the guards come over, and he goes, nice one. Cheers, Robbie. Thank you. He snaps his fingers, and one of the guards walk over, and he says, go in your ear and say, go and fetch the wizard. And the guard runs away, but he'll be here in no time whatsoever. But again, he says,
Sweet.
but honestly, I can't thank you enough. I've passed the message around the town. Anywhere you want to go, it's open to you, you of the people. He says the taverns, discounts, the stores, discounts. If you need anything, it's discounted all for you, my friend. You truly, truly, truly did save me, and I'm forever in your debt. And you, hiya man, thank you for joining the chat. And you hear like a little strumming of a lute in the corner as the man starts singing, there he saved the mayor from the frog. He found a gem while walking in the fog. And you get the vibe that he's singing a song about your adventures. And
He wrote that very fast.
Yeah. We are
Honest-
impressed.
honestly, it's like he's gifted. It's gift. With it's not long before this sort of high elven looking man comes in with eccentric, nice. Thank you for joining. And he sort of comes in with the sort of what you'd assume is a very lavish dressing gown. Because I mean, like I say, it's getting on at night. It's not late enough that people are in bed, but you can imagine he was settling down for a night in front of the TV.
It's his house coat.
Yeah, watching.
His
watching-
wizard's
He was
house coat.
Sitting down for like cheese and wine
Yes.
in the house.
Yes, he was. So he says, which one of you has the message?
That would be me.
And he sits down next to you and says, is there anybody that you would like to particularly send the message to?
Is there anybody particularly that I know is the head of that particular barracks?
You would know at your time at Bridgend Barracks.
Which one? Sorry,
Bridgend
I
Barracks.
did write. That was the
There's
bridge end.
the-
Because there's two bridge
There's two
ends.
bridge ends, one at the front, one
At either
bridge end.
side of a bridge.
Yes. On North Bridge End, which is where you were stationed, the leader was a man called Price.
But that was the leader when I was stationed there, or is that the leader now?
When you left. So, like, you're pretty sure he's still going to be around.
Unless he's dead.
'Cause didn't I leave like hundreds of years ago? I suppose I've stuck my head back in on the way
Yeah,
past.
I was
I
going to say,
suppose.
you've come back in. You know full well that that Price is still
Okay.
there.
Is it just corporal, commander,
Last time you were there, he was Major.
or a major price?
He was a Major
Ooh.
Price.
Expensive.
He,
And
Good
Okay,
job
so-
we got it down. Yeah.
hang on. I've learned from my previous tricks with the dog barking in the window, and I have this. Are you ready? You ready? Magic artifact or what?
Magician.
It's almost like you've trained your dog.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Right.
No, he really hasn't.
Oh dear.
Something you've stumbled upon and it happens to work.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey,
I
if
mean-
it works, it works.
It works.
What is dog training other than things you happen to find out
Exactly.
by accident?
Right, thank you. So he says to you, can you envision this man? And
Sen 100% can envision this man.
he says,
I do not know what this
No.
man looks like.
so he says, take my hand and paint a picture of him in your mind. So Sen passes his hand over to the elf gentleman, and you close your eyes and you remember him, sort of shoulder length, black hair, in his sort of heavy plate armor that he used to wear that was very decorated, because obviously a man of his rank would have the fancy decorated armor. You remember his sort of pasty, almost ghostly white skin, pointy ears because he was an elven gentleman, and you think his name over and over again: Price, and you open your eyes, Sen, and you are in the room, in his sort of office chambers, in a chamber you've been in many times before, almost like a war room. And Price is sat at the end of the table, and he sort of bolts upright as he looks over at this apparition of Sen.
Messes his pants.
Yeah, like
Immediately.
poo all in those fancy armoured clothes.
There's just
feces.
stuff goes out the back. There's his
It's like-
glass of wine everywhere.
It's like, you know, when you push Play-Doh through one of those shapes. That's yeah. And he goes, Sen! What
No need-
sorcery is this?
No need for alarm, sir. I think it is literally sorcery.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
a wizard has helped me with this.
and he walks up to your form and sort of strokes through you and goes, you're not really here. Huh.
Nope.
Funny, isn't
I
it, this
am-
magic?
Far north, sir.
I mean, can I get you a drink?
I'm fine for drinks at the moment.
I was
Thank
going
you.
to say, you're not even corporeal. How are you going to have a drink? That's ridiculous. HS Ginger Biscuit number 1, babe. Thanks.
Talking to me, clearly.
Sen, yeah, clearly talking to you. Sen,
Yeah.
might I ask, Sen, it's been a while since you stopped by. Why all of a sudden the urgent need to come and say hello?
You understand my assignment.
Yes.
I've found evidence of a potential incursion.
What do you mean?
What was the? Do I know the type of monster it was? I can't remember what you'd said.
It was a seeing stone.
No, the monster thing.
Oh, the Banderhob.
A Bandhub. It was a.
I don't know who that is. I think so. It's alright, Annie's just banned someone that I think was just a wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I think it was
I mean,
just...
it's because you.
HS
I mean,
it's Harry...
I've seen you in tights as well.
HS is Harry Smith, I assume. And he's just gone, who's calling my husband, babe? Get out of it!
Enjoy that band then, daddy. Boom.
I've seen that parrot too. It's definitely Harry Crews. Harry Crews, you've just made Annie's hit list. Sorry, mate. Robbie!
You're on your last warning.
Robbie, thank you so much for that subscription. You're a legend. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah.
So I described the Banderhob and I described the Seeing Stone.
You literally see...
and that one of the party was sort of like transported, and I would know a description of Umbraa.
You would.
So I'd say like the description she gave is Umbraa, and I assume she's attempting to return.
So
it's what we feared.
He sort of he doesn't even sort of sit back in the chair. He just falls back into his chair. And I told you he was already pale before. He's gone so pale now, he almost looks like you need to check him for a pulse. He says, there were warnings. He said I was telling them that there were warnings.
That's why I've been
Sen, there's
keeping out.
There's been sightings on the coastline. Pockets of steam where the water is literally boiling. People have put it down to many things. Freak weather. You know, sorcery at play, but I was telling them that I thought it was, but no one would believe me. They said it was just old ghost stories.
Which town?
We've been seeing it at Bridgend. On the outpost, we've been seeing it from where the west was. Oh, Sen, I fear this is a lot worse than we
Has
imagined.
anyone been sent further north to the ruins?
So far, no. There's not been any sort of concrete evidence that that anything like this should be attempted. They think it's just all tricks and weather conditions and sorcery and basically child's play. Sen, how soon can you get here?
It is a long way.
Where are you?
I'm currently in Myth Ath Losi,
You're
not
fine.
ass, because Amy keeps saying that. Amy keeps saying Miss Ass,
Oh,
and
does
that's
she?
not what
Does
it's
she?
called.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, I'll remember that.
Unintentionally. Shut up, Voodoo.
So, what are we saying? Like 10 days, 12 days?
It's normally
Longer?
about 10 days to get from there, but I tell you what, if you can get to the town of Timberbrook, I'll send a cart for you and that'll speed things up ever so quicker. Sort of meet you halfway.
Yep. Of course, sir.
I'll put in a call to arms and I'll see if I can get as many of you guys back in the fold as possible. I'll probably be laughed and scoffed at for this, Sen, but my God, if what you're saying is true, then we're in a lot of trouble.
Well, I'm sure some of my old squad will be more than happy to follow you again.
Thank you, Sen. I'll send Garrick to meet you in Timberbrook. He will know what you look like.
Fairly conspicuous.
If you make haste and travel at first light, you should arrive there at similar sorts of times. Please be safe, my friend.
Sir?
And with that, sort of like, and you're back in the bar, and and the elf sort of slides his hand out of yours and goes, "Will that be all, sir?" to Tyrius, and Tyrius goes, "Yep, yes, of course, please, thank you." And he sort of stands up and folds his robes over, takes Tyrius's wine, drinks it, puts it down, and walks out.
I will say to him, apologies for waking you.
He looks round at you and goes, "Oh, I wasn't awake. I was just settling down with my wife." And he looks at Tyrius as he says, "with my wife." And again, gallantly flaunts out. With a bit of a spring in his step. Must be the anniversary or something.
Julyan whistle.
And like, he just sort of walks out and just does a to your whistle. Oh dear.
Well then.
Okay.
Lucky elf.
Lucky elf indeed. Well, you haven't seen his missus yet. You never know. Oh dear. So, do you? I assume you tell the people at the table what the plan is with Grace?
I'll mention that I've been given orders to meet a liaison at. Was it Timberbrook? Timberbrook, and that if they wanted to aid, it would be welcomed because we did a pretty good job. up at the castle, and fighting a war isn't something that you can do solo.
Absolutely.
DM.
Hello. That's me.
When
There's you.
I set out from the monastery,
Yes.
did I have any idea where the person that I was the person that I'm kind of going to inquire about, do I know where they went on their mission before they then got returned back to the monastery?
You do not. You are literally putting the feelers out.
Okay.
Because of the conditions of around what had happened and what you saw, you headed to the coldest place possible, shall we say.
Okay.
But that's not necessarily meaning that it was here that anything had happened.
Okie doke.
So, as you're all talking and drinking and stuff like that,
Stuff and nonsense.
you hear from over by the bar, excuse me, Mr. Robot Person Man, Robot Person Man, Robot Man. So, excuse my inquisition, but I couldn't help hearing that you are going to Timberbrook.
Yes.
A strapping lad like yourself wouldn't be interested in a bit of work now, would you?
Would you like to describe this work?
Well, basically, halfway to Timberbrook, there's a little town called Willowbane. And,
Willowbane.
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 And I'm set to send a shipment of our finest products. And he slaps a keg that's on the side of the floor. I was wondering if you'd be interested in a bit of coin. I know the roads can be a bit treacherous out there, and everybody's all hands to battle stations here. I've got all my tavern boys trying to make more of this now the wheat's growing again. I was wondering if you'd like to take my cart and a couple of these barrels down to the Willowbane.
Would this cart come with horses?
The cart would indeed come with horse, yes.
So I'll turn to the rest of the group and I'll say, a cart is much quicker and much more pleasant than walking in the snow.
Why? Surely, if he's got a working tavern, he's got people to make this delivery for him. Why does he need us?
To guard his people making the delivery.
Well, actually, no, young lady. And you see him sort of hop off a stool and go behind the bar, and he fall down and he realise now you're talking to, like, a dwarven male. And he sort of potters his way round, and he sort of, like, puts his arm on the table and sort of, like, eyes you up and down and goes, you see, pretty lady, what it is, all of my boys are currently in the back, making more of that, sweet drink you're drinking there. Now we've got the plants growing again, we can make more and more of this stuff, but, Willowbane have been waiting for ages for a delivery. So I was hoping, you'd be able to take that with you. And he sort of winks.
Death stare.
Right. And he turns back round to Sen.
So I'll just turn to the group and I'll say, it's the direction we're going. It's a vehicle we don't have, and it's some extra coin for you guys.
I'll pay you a bit of decent gold, like.
Happy to?
What do you say? We got ourselves a deal.
Yep.
Brilliant.
I look to the group.
Can I do an insight check on the gentleman I'm talking to, please?
You can indeed. Please roll for insight.
Okay. I cannot. That'll be a 24.
He
Nice.
is very much telling the truth. You don't sense any sort of negative vibes from him. It seems that he's just very much concentrating on getting his guys making the produce again so he can start shipping it out there, and he seems like he just needs people to move some booze for him.
What drink is it he's creating with? So forgive me, my knowledge of alcohol is non-existent. So rail.
He says, well, Here at Myth Ath Losi, because of that bloody wonderful glacier, we have the finest spring waters, and it grows the finest hops and barley. So over here we have a nice dark porter. There's a barrel of ruby ale over here, and these two small ones here are my special firecracker whiskey.
Do I get the sense that he's this is actually his intention, that he just wants us to deliver alcohol?
Roll for insight.
I love how suspicious we all are.
I have zero suspicions. I'm just Sen's just like, that's a card to get me where I need to go quicker.
I get advantage on insight, so I want to use it.
All of the insight.
23.
He is telling you the truth. He literally just wants his stuff moving.
So I'm just going to say to the group that I don't know how I feel about leaving my home. They've needed me for so long, and I don't know how I feel about leaving.
That is understandable. I have had to leave my home recently as well. But they are safe now from whatever happened before. So maybe it is time for you to go and explore other places.
Tyrius looks over at you, Noella, and goes, It's true, the work you've done for us has been fantastic, and we probably wouldn't have been able to get through this calamity without you. But it's true. The earth is healing, the waters are flowing again, the animals are thriving. You're young. Go explore. If the dangers could be doing this to the earth here, imagine what could be happening in other places. Imagine where else might need you. Your house and your home will always be here, Noella, but please consider it and maybe live a little.
Maybe.
Do I know? DM question, sorry.
Yes.
If I was to think back to, like, mid-war,
Yes.
would I be able to, like, think of some anecdote of, like, a land, like, an area, like, completely ravaged by these people, by this enemy, and, like, in the ground was in tatters, and like, wouldn't you want to,
Yeah.
you're going to want to stop this before it gets bad, because what was here was bad, but it can be worse. I've seen worse.
What was known to happen before Umbraa pulled in the west coast into the water? It was exactly that. It was like a necrosis that killed any living things. There was like living creatures that have now got extinct because they were annihilated by this plague magic that she wrought upon the land. She laid waste to tons of woodland, to green belts, to animal homes, to everything. It was awful.
Well, I guess I've lived quite a sheltered life then.
So does that mean we've got a deal?
Okay.
Demp will raise his tankard to the dwarven gentleman and say, "Sir, your booze will flow."
I mean, I hope not. I hope you're going to keep it in the barrels, because if it flows everywhere and I lose it, I can't make it. Oh,
Yes, in the barrels. The barrels will go to the next tavern and nuts will flow.
I'm getting sorry, mate. It's been a stressful few weeks.
So-
I'm sorry.
Now we have an understanding amongst the group. What's the pay?
Well,
Oh yeah,
I'm not a rich gentleman, but I can pay you possibly 30 gold each. 150 gold.
Demp is going to quietly calculate how many drinks that is.
and a barrel.
Do you want to throw in a barrel of that
like
whiskey?
Like an empty one, or
How big are the barrels of whiskey?
like?
Are you looking
the
at
barrels? The barrels of whiskey. You're talking like 3 liters in each barrel.
Okay, so if we said a couple of bottles of whiskey, that would be more reasonable than a barrel of whiskey.
He says.
Hang on a minute.
He says, "I tell you what, I'll make you a deal."
That was an out of character
I tell you- I'll tell you what.
Question.
Roll a persuasion check, Sen.
Me?
Actually, no. Mura. Would you have Demp roll a persuasion check for me, please? Oh, was it Jan that asked? Jan, would you roll a persuasion check for me? Sorry, I do apologise.
Nice.
Is that a natural? Is that a 3?
Natural one.
Natural one. Oh.
Natural one. Oh no.
She's pretty drunk at this point.
He says.
She has drank a pint.
He says. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna give you a barrel of beer. That's a lot of money. What I will do is I'll give you this. And you see him toddle from behind his bar. And you hear like clanging and banging from behind, and he toddles back round and he puts 5 coins on the table. Each coin has like a picture of a bottle and a flagon on it, and he slides one of them to each of you. Oh, hang on, ready? Amazing. And he slides these. Oh, Private Dijon, thank you for that follow. He slides these sort of doubloons across the table to you all, and they're quite sizable. They're like medallion sized. And he says, that's a special brewer's trick, that is. If you show that at any tavern and bar you come across, they'll always make sure there is a drink and a warm bed at a very reasonable price for you. How about that?
Seems pretty
Sort
cool.
of. Yeah, and takes one.
And he passes one of them to each of you.
Cool.
Push his thanks and take it.
And,
What is this token called?
I called it the beer token.
Nice. Very imaginative. I love it.
But yeah, if you present that at any pub/tavern in Samba, you will receive great discount, and it sort of announces you as a friend to the brewers of the land, shall we say.
Sweet.
He says, right, I can have the horses and the carts ready for you in the morning. Your beds are all ready. You can retire at your leisure. You can drink until you go blind. You can eat until you explode. A friend of Tyrius is a friend of mine.
Did we get anything for destroying this gem?
The satisfaction that you saved the town?
Didn't we get a load of money?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Give you a load of gold.
I can't remember.
I didn't.
Yeah,
write down how much
he
gold.
gave us gold. I can't remember exactly how much though.
Oh,
There's a VOD, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll check the VOD and we'll find
We'll
out.
figure it
I'm
out
just gonna-
later.
I'm just going to go and
How
shut
do
my
I-
window because it's freezing.
How do I add the beer token to my equipment?
You may have to add it as a custom item. I don't know if it's an actual.
What you'll do, I just sat on my curtain and then you pulled the curtain rail down. Genius. That'd have been a highlight and a half. What you do for now is you write it on a piece of paper, and then once I've spoken to Voodoo about how to make custom items, I'll try and get it sorted for you.
Okay.
Nice.
Um,
I don't know who wants it, but I know the mayor bought us a round of drinks.
he did.
Umbraa doesn't drink. So he's just sat with like a pint of ale just in front of him.
And
I
you just see this little pair of halfling hands wrap around it and drag it across the table.
Don't make me carry you to your room. Take it
have
slow.
we had a short rest?
This
You
is
haven't
my
had any
room.
rest yet.
What?
You haven't had any rest yet.
We've been sat in here for hours.
Alright, fine. If you want to say you've had a short rest, you've had a short rest, but it's nearly the end of the day.
Fair enough.
And on that, Tyrius sort of stands up and goes, right, I am going to retire to my chambers. Once again, adventurers, thank you. Without you, this town, Lord knows what would have happened to this town. But thankfully you came along and saved it when you did. And for that I'll be ever grateful. Please visit the stores before you leave in the morning. And if you ever need anything, please, Myth Ath Losi is your home. And he clicks his fingers and 2 of the silver shield come and stand either side of him. And as he stands up, you realise it's not so much that he's got protection to walk home, but he's sozzled. So they're more like one either side to keep him stood up straight.
Stability.
So yeah. Good night, everybody. And away he goes. You're actually muted, Matt.
I know.
There we go. So, and out he goes. And you are in the tavern. Hearth crackling away.
Is the person playing the lute still going?
He's moved on from stories of you now, but you can hear like green sleeves da, 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 in the background and stuff. He's still tinkling away, providing the evening's entertainment.
Umbraa looks over to the lute player, looks at everybody drinking, looks at the bar, and goes, "I do not want to be here," and stands up and goes to ask where his room is.
The barman goes, yeah, if you just go up the stairs there, top floor, straight to the end. Those 5 rooms there, they're all yours. And he just hands you a key.
Thank you.
No problem. No
Got a
problem.
big tag on the end of it. Not this big.
Yeah, it's big, like big wooden
A
tag.
short sword.
Yeah.
He has to give it, because he's a dwarf, he has to give it 2 hands.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see that Umbraa's retired, and I'm gonna be like, if it's my last night in my home, I'm gonna spend this night at home and say goodbye.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go to my home.
Okay, so Noella, you get up and leave. You walk down the road that leads to your humble Hagrid-like cottage. Hearth still smouldering, the smoke coming out of the chimney. You open the door. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm just gonna light the fire, make some, make some tea, take in my surroundings, and go to sleep.
As you lie in the bed and you pull the covers up over you, you're taking a deep breath and smell of home. You realise that it's not goodbye forever. It's just, I'll see you soon. And you fall into a wonderful sleep, comfort in your own bed. The rest of you, are you all drinking?
Yeah, well, Julyan is now a pint and a half into her evening and weighs 40 pounds.
Julyan is sloshed.
Demp's been being a bit careful with it because, of course, he bought a round and then the mayor bought us all a round, so he's had at least 2, which is probably his limit for this evening. So
Brilliant. So, would you all like to retire for the evening?
Can do.
I will look down at Julyan and go, and can I attempt to persuade her to go to bed?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not in that way.
Roll a persuasion check. Roll a persuasion check, please, Demp.
If you drink any more, you will pass out. Go to sleep.
15.
Julyan sort of looks up at you and goes, "You know the boss, mate." Yeah, that's a good idea. And sort of does this for you to grab her arm as you sort of like help her off the chair, and she sort of like serpentine movements up the stairs and stumbles.
Shall I
up
do
a
an
couple.
athletics check?
Do you know what? Yes, do an athletics check.
18 plus 2, so 20.
You
Shouldn't it be with disadvantage, really?
with disadvantage.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
when you're drunk, everything is at disadvantage.
Yep.
Where's my other nat 20? Where's my other 20? There it is. Alright,
I
so...
would say the only thing that you would not be at disadvantage would be the ability to get a second drink.
Yeah.
Would be at advantage.
Yeah.
Right, so with disadvantage, it's 5.
So,
Yeah.
That's
Take-
sad.
like it.
taking those 2 rolls into consideration, Julyan gets to the foot of the stairs and nimbly, all the way to the top, looks round at Demp and just goes, "Yeah," and falls immediately backwards, all the way back down. To which Demp sort of just catches her at the bottom and then drags her up the stairs. Literally just bubble.
No, I'm fine. The pavement was the victim. I am the victor.
Demp with Julyan, like literally dangling by the arm like a child that doesn't want to go to bed. You open her door and just sort of like throw her into the door.
Just not even making eye contact, just opens door, goes.
Yeah.
If I just walk away and just sort of make a hand motion over my shoulder so that Thaumaturgy shuts the door.
Yeah, okay. So you throw her in, just.
I'm gonna
dear.
I'm just gonna curl up where I've landed like a cat, and go to sleep.
Brilliant. And are you all else going to sleep?
I'll wait a little bit downstairs and then I'll make my way up and then just. Is there like a chair or something in the room?
There's like when you walk into the room, there's a couple of lit torches on the wall. There's a bed in the middle, and there's up the corner. There is like sort of like a wingback chair with a little reading table next to it, and.
Is there a window?
There is a window.
Sen will move the chair to the window, just sit down, and then just look out the window and sort of like do his like. It's not really sleep. It's just sort of like he's powered down, but he's still sort of alert.
He's on standby.
He's on standby.
Yeah, he's on standby.
It's like when you turn off your telly, but just not by the wall.
Yeah. But Rico's going to like position himself in the window, looking out.
Okay. Right then, with that, you all retire. Noella. While you sleep, a wonderful sleep.
The bard comes to your house.
Yeah, the bard comes to your house.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
You sleep.
Noella.
And you see dreams of the white snow-covered forest, the white tiger form that you take galloping through the woods. You're at peace. You're happy. But in the distance, there's shadow and dark cloud. And as you're running, the ground beneath you turns from snow and the crunchy snow to dead grass. And as you're running, the trees are like starting to fold over and wither, and you're sort of panicking, and you're running and you're running and you're running, and the pads on your feet start to sting, and like you're looking up and round, and all around you the trees are falling, and there's flame, and birds are falling from the sky. It's chaos. There's lightning and thunder. The wind's blowing, and you're running again. You're running again. You're running again. Your tiger form getting battered by the wind and the thunder and the lightning as you're dodging puddles and everything else, and you stop and you're trying to turn back into your human form and you can't, and you're shifting and you can't concentrate, and you stop and you're at the edge of this cliff, and you look out into the distance, and the woman from your trip through the gem is stood in the middle of the seas. An absolute maelstrom around her, just oozing like necrotic power, and she's just throwing her arms around, and as she waves her arm over to the land, you see just buildings fall, trees hundreds of years old that collapse and just get turned to dust. And she looks over at you and she smiles and she goes, "Well, hello again, dearie." And she darts forward to you, and you wake up and it's still dark and it's cold and you're sweating and you're panting, and you look round and you're human again, and you look out the window and everything's normal. The sky's clear and sparkly, and you sit on the edge of your bed and breathe for a little bit, and then you pull the covers back over and you go back to sleep.
Okay. That was cool, but I can only turn into a direwolf.
What did I say? What did I
I
say?
think you said tiger.
Tiger.
I meant white wolf. My bad.
Easy mistake to make.
I meant
Yeah,
it's dogs.
tiger.
It's dogs and cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a long rest comes to you all. You awaken in the inn, the Bull's Head, to the smell of freshly baked bread, smoked meats. Noella, you wake up and the hearth in your home is just embers and burning. And the day is yours. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna get all my bits, get all my travelling bits, any herbs, spices, potions that I've got,
Are you taking
and yeah, off to the pub.
So you pack your bag, you look around, shut the door, lock it, you make your way to the tavern. The rest of you?
Find orange juice.
Julyan, you come down the stairs and the head is pounding, and like even like your footsteps on the wood, it's just, it sounds like thunderclaps, and you stumble into the main room that you were at this morning, and the dwarven bartender looks at you and goes, "Oh, morning, sweetheart. Rough night, was it?"
Orange juice.
Yeah.
We don't get oranges up here.
Puts
And
her
like-
forehead on the bar.
He pours you an orange juice and goes, "Yeah, darling. Can I get you any food to go with that, or
Bacon, please.
just bacon? Just a plate full of bacon." All right, no problem. Can we get the lady some bacon, please, quickly?
And she's just gonna put a gold coin on the bar and slide it towards him.
And he looks and laughs and goes, "Don't worry about it, love. This one's on me." And he slides it back.
Another thumbs up.
Oh dear. The rest of you make your way down, and you can see.
I've already been up for, like, I've gone and done a workout. I'm
Oh, you've
back
gone.
in the bar.
Okay. So
I'm already there when Julia comes down.
Stereotypical martial arts routine at sunrise.
absolutely.
Sun
Resistance
salutation.
training through the snow.
I only need to be like powered down for 6 hours. So after that, he'd have just been up and then just looking out the window.
Well, I
waiting
went,
for
I
it
went
to be-
before everyone else, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So okay, so Sen and Umbraa, you're both already downstairs. You see your tiny little halfling friend just bump, stumbling in, and orange juice, orange juice, bacon, please. And like she looks round over at you, and Julyan, you see Umbraa and Sen at a table, and as you go to pick up your glass, the bartender goes, "Yeah, I tell you what, love, I'll bring this over for you. You don't want to drop it, do you?"
And yeah, she sort of stumbles across to...
And he just sort of puts it down in front of you and goes,
Where is
Oh.
is the table against a wall, or is it in a corner?
you had like sort of a semicircle booth, shall we
Alright,
say,
so I'm
with a
just
couple
gonna
of stools.
curl up in the corner of the booth with my bacon and my orange juice.
Lovely.
The lights.
Regretting your life choices.
Yeah.
From that before.
Oh, Noella, can I get you a drink, sweetheart? As Noella walks into the bar.
Just some coffee
Hello.
for this, please. And then I'll walk over to the others and say hello and good morning.
Going in.
It looks like this one could use some coffee as well. And so he goes, and you can see him sort of like the steam coming from behind the bar as he's brewing a fresh pot of coffee and all this sort of stuff. And then he comes back over and he He puts like a big pot of coffee in the middle and just throws some mugs on the table and goes, "Just let me know when you want some more, and I'll go and get some."
I'm gonna pick up a cup. I'm gonna pour some coffee in, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some herbs and spices in that I think may help Jan, and I'm gonna pass her the cup.
Would you roll a medicine check for me, please?
I am really sorry if I poison you to death.
I'm really sorry if I poison you to death.
Oh god.
19.
You see in a bag and a pouch and sprinkles it across the top and she gives it a swirl around and she slides it across the table to you, Julyan, and you smell it straight away and it smells like sweet and like it makes your nostrils flare and like oh.
Smells like Christmas.
Yeah, almost like
Coca-Cola is now canon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna sort of raise it to her. I'm not making eye contact. I'm still looking at the table. I'm just gonna raise it and then drink it.
As you swig it back and knock it back, you feel hydrated. Your headache seems to fade. The room seems to stop spinning on its axis. The sensation of vomit in your belly has gone. And it's almost like I'm back in the room.
As someone puts an entire plate of bacon in front of you.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, yeah. I'll remember this mistake now.
She'll eat the bacon. I'm just gonna sort of look at the mug, look at Noella, look back at the mug, and then sort of go, ah!
Just gonna say you're welcome.
And I'm gonna eat my bacon.
Mura, have you joined the party at this point?
Yep, I'll come down at this point and bid the barman good morning.
Good morning, sir. Is it a beer for you, or is it too early with your breakfast?
Probably a little too early, but whatever's on the menu for breakfast.
We've got a lovely breakfast whiskey. I'm just kidding. It's just normal whiskey with an egg in it. We can have whatever you want made for you, sir. Whatever you fancy.
The cup's made of bread and bacon.
A little bit of breakfast meat and an egg would be lovely, thank you. And I'll get out purse ready for how much it is.
No, please. You are taking my precious cargo with you today. Breakfast, sir, is on me. And you hear him shout out, "Hey! We need some breakfast for the man in the front with the horns." He'll be out with you shortly, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, I meant to ask last night, have you heard the events that were happening here recently? Have you heard any word whether Ozawash was in any similar condition?
As far as I'm concerned, those are sort of tribal ones. They sort of stick to themselves. We haven't seen none of them wander in for their normal supplies lately, but then again, we haven't any supplies to give them, so they might have just found something elsewhere. But as far as I'm concerned, they're all right. I think I don't know any different.
No worries, thank you. My parents actually live there, so
Your parents are from Ozawash.
yes. Well, they moved there recently.
Remind me never to get in a fight with you, you big scary beastie, you. And he sort of playfully punches you in the arm. And
Yeah, they moved there about shortly after I was born. But yeah, no, I was just curious if they were having any issues like what were happening here.
So were you raised in Ozawash?
Yes.
Made the breakfast really nice, for God's sake. And you hear like pots and pans clanging and goes, frightful folk those. No wonder you're good with one of them swords and one of them bows and arrows and stuff then.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Ozawash is it's not a primitive landscape, but they're very much hunter-gatherer, warrior types of people, very much pride and stuff like that. So he's not a secret barbarian that's going to murder you in his sleep, or is he?
Investigation.
I'm gonna guess no.
Not with a dump stack con, he's not.
Oh dear.
I've got 2 real good punches.
Dear. So
Why did you dump stat your card?
you all sit down and breakfast is brought round. Demp, you noticed your breakfast is of the finest quality. And the morning is yours. You eat your breakfast, you finish your drinks. Julyan, you're starting to feel a lot more human.
Well, halfling.
Even though you're not.
Even though you're not, feeling more alive, shall we say.
Yes.
And
So I'm feeling a lot more halfling.
yes, feeling a lot more halfling. And you take a step outside into the brisk morning of Myth Ath Losi. And what would you like to do? Would you like to take a look around the town? Would you like to continue on the road straight away? You've got about, I'd say, 2 hours before you're expected to take the cart, so your morning is yours.
Is there any shops?
Do we need any supplies?
There is
supply discount.
there is
Didn't we clear the shops out before we went to the place?
yeah, Marjorie's
that-
miscellaneous market. You went in there last time you went, and you pretty much cleared her out. You can see opposite you there's a blacksmith, the Silver Nail, with the sign just hanging in the wind, and the flames going there. The market's a little bit quiet because the market's normally used for trade of like meat, vegetables, and stuff like that. But they're only just getting back on the feet, so the stalls are still a little bit empty. But yeah, so
I'm gonna see if the blacksmith has any daggers.
daggers it is. So are you all heading over to the blacksmith?
I'll go.
Yeah. As I'm going out, I'll thank the barman and compliment him on a good breakfast.
No problem, sir. You take care. I will see you in a few hours. Watch how you go.
Will do, sir, and your supplies will make it to Bridgeport.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Moving Shadow Andy. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining the stream.
Would I happen to know how much one of those bottles of whiskey was?
Not without asking him. Would you like to ask him?
Yes, please.
He says, well,
yes.
I mean, normally they retail at 15 gold apiece. It's potent stuff. But with you and your magical fancy coin, I can do it you for the measly sum of 5 gold. Don't worry, sir. You finish your breakfast.
I'm not. Then doesn't he? So that was me. Yeah, I'll take a 1 bottle with me.
Brilliant. And he passes you a bottle of whiskey over. I have
Some
props.
matter of form and whiskey.
And it's in like a, it's in almost like a ruby-coloured bottle, with a proper cork stopper and a wax seal over the top of it. Voodoo brunch, brilliant. And he passes it you over, and he goes, "You enjoy that now, sir. It's the finest in the land." And you all head to the blacksmith.
I will briefly put my head back through the door to apologise for calling Timberbrook Bridgeport and assure him that we will take the supplies to Timberbrook.
I figured that's what you meant. Don't worry, sir. We all make mistakes. Please don't send your Ozawash friends to do me in. No, but seriously, don't.
And I'll use thaumaturgy to voice booming and go, and playfully go, I'll think about it.
And he sort of falls off his stool a little bit.
He grins as he's leaving.
As you walk into the blacksmith's, there's a massive sort of semicircle wooden, like dark mahogany counter, polished, with the gilded symbol of the Empire on the front. There is racks upon racks of weaponry down the side, and you can just see the hulking figure of a bugbear just bang, bang, bang on an anvil. And as you open the door, you hear a ding, and you think there's no way you can hear that over the clanging of the metal. But he turns straight around and goes, "Oh, can I help you?" Oh, that was the dwarf. Sorry, I've already done that voice. We're all a little bit cockney here. He looks around.
These northern cockneys.
"Can I help you?" And he looks round and he sees you, Sen, and he goes, "Well, bless my soul, if it isn't the Sentinel." And you immediately realise this old grey bugbear that is staring back at you, Sen, is a gentleman called Preesh, and he was head weaponsmith for the military at Bastion.
With the Preesh.
Preesh. P-R-E-E-S-H.
Preesh.
Preesh.
Preesh!
It's been a long time, my
Preesh.
friend. How have you been? And he sort of walks round, sort of walking with a bit of a limp now, a bit slower than he was before, and he offers his hand to you.
Do one of them thingy shakes.
Yeah. He says, bloody hell, it's been a while. He says,
Good to see you, friend.
well, I didn't think I'd see you again moving this far up north, but,
You know me.
I do know you. I know you very well. You always had itchy feet. Consider myself retired from the military game, but I like to keep my hand in the forge from now and then. Friends of yours, are they, Sentinel?
New colleagues, for the
They-
most part.
They don't.
We,
Look like, I mean, they don't.
we've
look
had
like,
we've had an interesting night.
I mean, they don't look like the military type. I've got to be honest, but
I guess I would already know him.
you would already know him. Noella, what are you doing here? And he sort of like moves Sen out the way to see you down and goes, "You're not going with this ragtag tin man, are you?" And he sort of punches you in the arm.
Apparently, you don't need me anymore, so I'm going off with these.
It's been a blessing to have you here, sweetheart, honestly, and there's no one that you could trust more in the world than Sentinel. Please, friends of Sentinel, browse my wares, whatever you like. I'm sure we can sort something out for you.
Julian's gonna take her daggers and just sort of hold them out and say, "Can you better that?"
I mean, I can make them prettier. I can silver them. I can polish them up and sharpen them. What would you like me to do?
What's the advantages of silvering them? DM.
You get advantage on
I
attacks.
think it's like stuff like
Undeads.
stuff. Yeah, things that have got like resistance to non-magical weapons sometimes have silvered weapons help with that.
But
So
it
if you're
doesn't.
gonna fight a werewolf or a vampire,
Yeah, silvered helps.
But it won't disadvantage anything else. It's not like I
No.
know. Okay. How much for a silver?
that'll look nicer.
And he sort of takes the two daggers, looks at them and goes, "Give me 20 gold and leave it with me for about an hour."
Gives you 20 gold.
And he takes it and he looks over at you, Sentinel, and he goes, "I've got some tricks up my sleeve too." And he sort of puts the daggers on the table and he's like, "Anybody else after anything?"
20 arrows I'd appreciate if they're available.
Not a problem. And he passes 20 arrows out of a quiver on the side and passes you them over. And before he stops, he goes, "Like getting them from a distance, do you?"
Yeah, bow's my preferred.
"Come here." And he walks you over to the counter. And he goes underneath the counter and he lifts up about, say 5 foot long box. "Maybe this will interest you." And he flicks the lid, both sides, and lifts it over. And inside there is a mahogany and golden sort of flintlock rifle. It is beautiful. And he sort of passes it out the box for you. He goes, "Have a look at that."
I look down at it, look up him, and in a voice that makes it clear to him immediately that I'm joking, I just go, "Who must die?"
He says, "It's a bit special, that one." And he points to where you'd normally load a bullet, and in the top of the where the bullet chamber normally was, there is just like a slot. And he says, "Uses a special type of ammunition." I call it the Galleon Cannon.
Galleon cannon.
The Galleon cannon.
And he says, watch. And he takes the rifle from you. And he picks up one of the 20 gold pieces that Julyan had just given him. And he slots it into the slot. And then he opens the window out into the world, takes aim, and you just hear boom as this blast just fires. And like the kickback on it, you see him. He's a bugbear, so he's sturdy. He really sort of shoulders it. And he sort of looks over you and smiles and goes, the Galleon Cannon.
It shoots money.
He says,
a money sink.
but
What
wait.
every game needs.
He says, but wait. And then he pulls a pouch
There's
up on the
more.
side. He puts a silver coin in. Click. Boof! And it's still a loud bang, but it's not as forceful as when he put the gold coin in.
It's pay to win.
And then he picks up picks up a copper piece, puts it in. Poof! And it's just it still fires like, but it's not as impactful as you really feel it should be. He says, but, and this is what I like about it the most. Bloody hell, these demonstrations cost me. He pulls out a platinum piece.
It's a lot of money.
He puts the platinum piece in the top of the rifle. Cocks a special lever on the side.
Shoots the wall of his thing out.
And you see 3 runes on the side of the rifle barrel. Just go psh, psh, psh. And he says, hold on to your hats.
I do not have a hat.
He looks round at Umbraa and goes, funny. And he shoots this gun. And as he shoots it, it goes boom. And then immediately after, it's followed by another boom and another boom. And 3 shots arc off into the distance.
Ooh.
And he says, puts it down on the table, and he says, the Galleon Cannon.
How much?
Trademark.
And then as you see 2 guards run in and go, Priest, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, Galleon Cannon. And he goes, would you please warn us before you demonstrate that bloody rifle? Jesus Christ. Sorry, lads, no problem. On your way. And he sort of like salutes them and away he goes. Can I interest you in the Galleon Cannon?
Trademark.
Trademark.
How much for the Galleon cannon?
Here we go. How much?
250 gold pieces.
Wow, for the rifle that you just put a platinum piece in.
Platinum piece is only worth, is it 100 gold?
10.
Yeah.
10, isn't it?
No, 100.
100.
100, I think.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 10-10-10
Oh,
situation.
would someone do a quick Google for me, please?
Oh no, it's 10.
Oh, it's 10. Yeah, so
10
Yeah, I
gold.
thought it was. I was going to say it's like 10 copper is a
Yeah.
silver, 10
Oh, there we go.
silver is a gold, 10
So-
gold platinum.
250 gold.
Except for Electrum, which is different.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 silver pieces.
Galleon cannons, 250 gold pieces.
Just to be awkward.
I'll have to save up and then come back for it, sir.
I'll buy it.
How much have you got?
173.
153?
173.
173.
I'll pass him 50 gold.
You gotta say, like, that's all you're at. You've got to have ammo as well. You can't spend all your money on the money gun.
And I was going to buy some arrows as well, so I'd have
I'll
no
tell you
arrows.
what. I'll tell you what. Sen, is he a good man?
Yeah.
He puts the rifle back in the case, slides it forward. Noella, darling, is he a good man?
He is.
He takes Noella's 50 gold. Give me 150 gold.
I'll give him 150.
He takes your 150, gives you Noella's 50, and he literally gets right down into your face, and he says, that rifle saves my friends' lives if you need it to. Don't hesitate to pull that trigger. And he sort of puts one hand on Sentinel's shoulder and one hand on Noella's shoulder. He says, and like, he's sort of like real close to your face, and like, although you get the feeling he's a nice, happy-going bugbear, he'd be really upset if his friends died.
And would come after you with a pitchfork.
I'll say to him, I'll look after them.
Right. So he slides the gun over. He puts the 50 gold into a pouch that he's got a little. It looks like really bad cross stitch, but it says bullets and it's spelt wrong.
Spelled with an I.
Yeah. And BULLITZ. And
Bullets.
And he slides it over to you, and he puts the arrows on top. And he says, please make good use of it. I'm old. And apart from that, I think if I keep demonstrating it, the silver gold guard are going to lock me up.
Well, I'll give him 151 gold. So a gold as thank you for the arrows.
Yeah.
And then you said he's given me 50 gold.
He's giving you 50 gold as well, yeah.
Okay, and I'll thank him and take the rifle box and hold it over, like sling it over my back, maybe.
I am going to send you a message now to tell you exactly the stats of that weapon. And again, once I've spoken to VoodooBeard about it, we will get it added to Dirt and Dirt Beyond.
Does it class as a martial weapon? Or does it class as a firearm?
It classes as a martial weapon for the...
Okay.
So
I can say, because I'm trained in firearms, so I could have trained you if you needed it. If you needed them. So I could say, like, I've used these sorts of things before, so I can give you the walkthrough when we're on the road.
I've never used firearms before. I should look forward to that.
As this is all going on, when Umbraa looks around the shop, is there any? Is it all weapons, or is there any armor?
there is everything you can think of that can be made from metal. There is cast iron frying pans, there is armour, there is posh walking sticks, there is little statuette things that he's made. Like, you imagine this guy's got a lot of time on his hands in his retirement.
Umbraa will say, once this is all like died down with the rifle and whatnot, he'll say, do you have any braces?
I mean, what type of braces? All leather? Are we talking leather with a little bit of something to them to give you a little bit more of a pow pow? Or
well,
do you want them to look good, or do you want them to be functional?
Both.
I like it. And he takes a look at your arms. He goes, "Put your arms out." And you see him sort of like get a tape measure, and he's whipping them around. And he's like, "These will fit you." And he pulls out a set of blue-coloured braces, and they sort of clasp around the inside, and across the back they have silver metal plates on the back that have got like sort of all sorts of like swirly sort of etchings inside them, and they sort of clasp around the middle there, and there is one loop that goes up to your middle finger. They're a little bit pricey though. They will raise your armor class by 1 point, but they will cost you 400 gold pieces.
Ooh. I do not have that much. Let me have a look. How much do I have?
I mean, just because one of you said it doesn't mean I'm going to give you a discount on everything in store. I've still got to make a living.
Well, that seems unfair that they got discounts and I didn't.
I mean, he asked first.
That is true, but that was because I was being polite and letting them go first.
Julyan,
my predicament.
Julyan remembers when Umbraa got her out of a similar situation in the general store. So she kind of just sneaks up, taps Umbraa on the shoulder, and just puts a bag of 300 gold in their hand.
Well, I do not need that much.
Didn't you say 400 gold?
Yes, but I have nearly 300 already.
Oh. Right, find a bag of 200 then.
Thank you.
I'll give her 50 as well.
Thank you. That is very generous. Give me the blue braces.
So he sort of like gets one arm, cuffs it round you, and click, 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 and gets you up, click, 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 click. There you go. Not too tight, are they? I've done the wrong accent again. I'm going to stop doing accent. Not too tight, are they? Nah, balls to it. Screw you, Matt Mercer. You ridiculous talents.
Your profession of doing different voices. Your literal, actual job.
You might be able to do accents, but can you drive a truck? Huh? Huh? If you can now, I'm just gonna quit.
Thank you. And they match my outfit. Not that that matters. But...
You'd look stupid if I'd give you the yellow ones.
I would have made it work.
I was actually going to inquire with, was it Peesh?
Preesh.
Preesh. I was going to inquire with Preesh. I saw he was able to do silvering for weapons.
That is correct, sir.
How much for a short sword to be silvered?
Let's take a look at it.
He'll draw his like not a cheapy one, but just an average short sword. Gently put it on the table for him.
Call it 10 gold.
Yep, and I'll give him 12 gold. So 10 gold and then a thank you.
I mean, I'm never going to turn down free money. I've already given you a discount. And he puts it next to Jan's daggers and he's like, give me an hour. Come back for these.
Thank you, sir. And then I'll let other people have a look around. I've been thoroughly served.
Julian's kind of done, and Jan needs the toilet, so I'm gonna bow out for 1 second.
Okie dokie. I'll put it to a be right back. Boom! Just like that, Jan disappears without me having to change anything.
Amazing. So I'm assuming we're all just like waiting for the cart and our stuff.
Yep, pretty much. Mura, I have sent you the information on what the Galleon cannon does.
Yes. It's rather shiny.
It is rather shiny.
After
So
everyone else has left the
shiny.
blacksmith,
Yeah.
I'm going to hang back just to talk to Preesh and just say to let him know what happened yesterday and that I suspect there's another incursion and that even though he's retired, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets called back up again.
He just looks down and goes, well, that's a terrifying thought. You know me, I'm Empire through and through. You know where to find me now if you need me. Sen, I hope it doesn't come to it. I really do. I can't live through another war. Literally, I can't live through another war. I'm really old.
Some people are made for war. Some people find themselves thrust in it.
We'll set it.
Nope.
Never mind. Oh, there's a Jan.
Sorry.
Ah, she's back. See, look, it's magic. But yeah, so you're sitting there waiting outside, and Preesh and Sentinel, you're having this moment. And as you're having this moment, he's already started work on like the daggers and stuff like that for Demp and for Julyan, and you see him put a load of silver into a melting pot, and it starts bubbling over and stuff. And watching him work is just like it's like watching like someone play the most beautiful music in the world. It's like everything's just natural for him as he heats everything up again and quenches it. Like he doesn't even have to check to see if it's straight, because he knows by the feel of it, and he knows how it is, and he's clanging and he's banging, and every stroke is purposeful. He's not checking his work, and he's completely talking to you while he's doing this. He's done this for a long time. And he says, Sentinel, honestly, it's a worry. You never know what's out there anymore after what happened in the war. Do you need anything, my friend?
I'm fairly self-reliant, but if there's anything beyond that counter you think might help?
He looks round. I mean, what kind of armour do you give to a man that's made of literal armour?
Game statistic, boys. The only armour better than the current one I have on is plate, and I don't think he's going to give me some plate armour because it's like 1,500 gold's worth of armour.
Yeah, absolutely not.
It's expensive armor.
Mm-hmm.
Pay now, pay later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 gold a month over a period of.
So anyway, the hour passes. You guys come into the shop.
I'll have stayed in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Says
Probably at some point I'll have made myself behind the workbench, and like I'm helping him with the forge and things like that.
Like while he was working, he was already passing you things. Can you just put that together for me? And like you've started just like bounding handles in leather and stuff like that, and like there's a real camaraderie between the two of you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Demp, if it's okay, Demp sort of staying in the area for customers and Julyan work.
Yeah, of course.
Julian's gonna.
He knows how to blacksmith. Pleasure watching them work.
Okay.
Julian's just gonna sit on the counter and play her flute while she's waiting.
Absolutely fine. And he goes, right. And your short sword, Demp, pulls it out. And you look, and down the middle where the bloodline was, it is now like an obsidian black. And the edges are the shiniest silver you have seen. The handle he has wrapped in like a black leather, which really gives a good feel and grip in your hand. And in the cross hilt, he's put a little red gemstone in the middle. And he says, "Don't mind the little gem. It's my sort of signature." And he sort of spins it round and passes you the handle back. And like you feel it, and you swishing it through the air and stuff. The sword feels brand new and lethal. Like you check the edge and like, this is gonna cut a bitch. Like
This is
gonna...
beautiful.
Yeah. And he
You
says,
have my thanks, sir.
pleasure was mine. Says, "You there, little one." And the two daggers that you gave him, again, the cross hilt, he's wrapped the handles in the black leather. There's two little red gemstones in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The bloodline is like an obsidian black. And again, the edges are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous silver. And he balances them on his fingers. He says, I've shaved off some of the weight. They are now perfect. Spins them round, passes them over to you. He says, "But I got one more for you." And he passes you this little, sort of almost like a trinket box. Open that.
So I sort of take a step back and open the box.
Yep. And in the box there is a little red brooch. Put that on.
Can I do an investigation check looking at the brooch?
Yeah, if you want.
10.
It's a really nice brooch.
Look at that nice brooch.
Puts it on.
And he takes the daggers and he throws them out the window. Whistle.
I can't actually whistle, so can I hum?
Julyan can.
Julyan can whistle. And you look at your side and your daggers are back in the side.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Wow.
Vaxilion's belt, now in brooch form.
For the ladies.
Thanks.
Love it.
Do you know why? Because game mechanically wise, I hate it when they go, oh, I've got to go and find the daggers that I've just picked up. No, you don't. You whistle, they come back.
I like. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Having two weapons that you throw that are your only two weapons is horrific.
But
Whoop. Oh well.
in combat, if you wish to bring them back to you, it will be a bonus action.
That's fine.
Okay. Noella, darling, come over here. And he opens his hand, and in there is a gorgeous sort of snowflake made out of silver. And he sort of throws a red sort of cloak over you and puts the little silver brooch in the middle. And he says, be safe.
I'm gonna say thank you. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it should be as well. It's bloody expensive.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be in any danger. I don't want to damage it.
Now keep it. Something to remember me by. I don't get many friends. And now two of you going adventuring together.
Can I investigate it?
You can? Roll an investigation check.
I get advantage on that as well.
Okay.
Like to roll insight on my snowflake.
Natural 20 for a 22.
It's a gorgeous brooch. And again,
Aw,
in the middle of the red snowflake, there is the little red gem that he's put in everything.
Cool.
So, you best be on your way. Sen, keep them safe.
What's this
Do my best.
brooch called?
Brooch of returning.
Can I do an Arcana check on mine?
You can.
14.
You're looking at it, and the red gem seems to shimmer, but you don't know if it was magical or just the light catching it or not. Well, don't let this old man keep you. Go. Save the world, kids.
I'll see you again.
You better. And he offers his hand again.
You shake it.
Brilliant. And as you leave the Silver Nail, you hear the clanging of the bugbear going back to work. Sen, I don't know if it can, but a warmness fills your metal cavity.
I'm still alive.
And although you dread what's to come, it was nice seeing a good friend. Cantororo81, thank you for that follow. You go to the bar where the little dwarven man is setting up the cart waiting for you. Him and two of his boys are just throwing a saddle over the horse. Says, You guys all ready to go yet, or?
Yeah.
I think we've cleared out most of the shops, haven't we?
Lovely, lovely. Sentinel, mate. And he throws you a coin purse, and you catch it. That's payment for the delivery.
Okay.
Please get it there in one piece. It's expensive stuff.
Will do.
And
We promised to get the delivery to Timber.
Correct.
no, you're taking the delivery to Willowbane, which is just halfway between Timberbrook and Myth Ath Losi.
Willowbane. We promised to take it to Willowbane, and we promised to take it to Willowbane with all caskets unopened.
Yes.
Drat.
Just
So
please,
stupid.
if you get thirsty, just drink water, please. And yeah, he sort of loads everything up, puts a sheet over the back, and you all sort of, those who can sit in the back. Who wants to helm the horsey?
Animal handling's pretty good if we want. Depends on everybody else's.
My animal handling is non-existent.
What's the check for it?
An animal handling check.
I was going to say, because I've got land vehicle proficiency, but my animal handling is only +2.
What's your animal handling, Noella?
+4.
Yep.
Noella it is then.
And I'm Sen's fine just walking.
How many seats are at the front of the
There's
cart?
There's 2 seats at the front, and there's enough for you to sort of prop yourself in the back.
Well, I'm gonna say to Sen then, do you want to join me up front and you can give me advantage?
Okay.
Yep.
Roll check with an advantage, please, then.
I'll squidge in the back because I'm not tempted by the booze at all.
Yeah. I'm going to score
Um,
as well.
Isn't
So that
everyone
was
else
four-
in the back?
14 + 4, so 18.
18. Yep. You sort of stroke the horse on the neck, brush its mane, pick up the reins, get the feel of them, and and away you go. On the
And
horse.
Julian's going to shout out, because Julian can speak Dwarvish, so she's going to shout goodbye in Dwarvish at the back of the cart.
And he looks shocked and he says back in Dwarvish, "I knew you loved me." And he sort of like starts waving with a handkerchief. She stole my heart, she did. And as he walks back in the pub,
He missed a dwarven sausage joke in the morning.
never mind.
Too late now.
Never mind. Julyan, as you sort of surveying the scene, you see the kids that you were playing snowball fights with on the morning, and they all, it's Julyan, they all start running after the cart, except for one kid that runs and turns and runs the opposite direction for some reason.
I thought you were going to say, but there's one empty pair of boots on the steps of the house.
Brand new pair of scarlet welly boots.
Oh dear. Blood still fresh in the snow. But yeah.
A walking stick leaning up against the door frame, untouched.
But yeah, so you make your way down. Making my way down. And the steeping mountain range of Myth Ath Losi. The big wooden gates shut behind you. And you are off on your adventure. Now, Sentinel, being as though you're driving the horses, would you roll a d20 for me, please?
Can do.
I thought I was driving horses.
Yeah, you're on the horses, so it's going to be navigating.
Oh, okay.
Am I just a d20 or is it perception?
Just a d20 for me, please.
10.
Yeah. So you sit there and you notice the snow sort of eased off for a bit, and you point out little potholes in the road that Noella steers round, and you seem to be working quite well together, and you make a good consistent pace all the way through, and you get to a sort of about midday, and making good speed, and as you get to about sort of 3-4 o'clock mark, the snow seems to let up a little bit, and while there's still sort of frost patches and the odd snow patch, you're starting to see more grass grown through and rock piles and stuff like that, and the temperature gets considerably warmer. As you make your way through, it starts getting a bit dark. You think it might be an idea for you to camp the rest of the night before continuing. So, again, would one of you like to roll a survival check to see if you can find a nice place to set up camp? Okay.
Survival is not my jam.
I'll help her so she can have advantage on that.
Advantage, Jan.
Oh, okay. Cool. Where's my other D? Right, so the first one was 17 plus 4, so that's 21. Yeah? Yeah, and then the second die is 10, so we'll go with 21.
Okay. So you stand up at one of the crates and you look out and go, I think over there would be perfect.
Hello!
And like you see like an overhanging tree canopy with a little bit of a clearing underneath it, dry grass, and just plenty of space, nice coverage. Could make for a cozy staying. So you leash the horse up on a tree and start a fire, and the night is yours. What would you like to do? Would you like to discuss things? Would you like to go straight into a long rest?
Can I see any sticks?
You can roll a survival check.
I mean, you will have collected some for the fire.
14.
You do indeed, of course. You find sticks.
Pick one up. Rico!
Rico sort of.
Do you throw it? Do you just throw it into the night?
Yes.
I mean, he can't see it. Oh no, he can. He's got dark vision. I'll sort of look at him and just do this. Just gesture to the
And you see Rico sort
to
of
the darkness.
look up at Sentinel like, and he just sort of like unenthusiastically like.
Yeah, it's not like there's no excitement in it at all. It literally just like crawls over.
Picks up the stick, and then
Like its legs kind of do that around the stick. The wings come out the back, and he just flies it back,
yeah, and drops it in front of you at your feet.
And
and then
Julian's
and then goes back onto my shoulder.
and Julian's like, maybe you'd prefer a different game. She's off to have a think.
And the fire's crackling along. We are going to need to decide an order of who's going to take watch.
I will take every watch
Okay.
because I don't need to sleep.
There you go.
Done.
I'm literally a sentinel. So if someone wants to watch with me at any point, that's fine. But I can be unless I need to get spells back, I can just be the sentinel.
I'll take first watch with you just in case, and then I'll go to sleep afterwards.
If I do one of the middle watches, because I have dark vision, so I can do middle of the night.
Okay, so we'll do Noella for the first watch. Demp, you can do the second watch, and then anybody else want to take the third one?
Yeah, I'll take third.
Okay, Umbraa takes third. So as you all bed down for the night, Sentinel and Noella, would you both please roll investigation checks for me? Perception
Investigation?
checks. Perception, sorry.
Perception. Well, I don't have dark vision, so I'll send Rico
Okay, roll for
Around.
Rico then, please.
because he does. And also, his perception is better than mine.
Okay,
Hilariously.
24.
24.
15.
15. So you both sit there. Noella, you hear a crack of a branch, a crack of another branch, crack of another branch, and 3 wolves are sort of not aggressively coming towards you, but 3 wolves are definitely investigating what's going on.
I will point them out to the Sentinel.
And they're just sort of looking, and the one is a lot bigger than the other ones, and he sort of walks into the cat. And like, the head's not down or anything, it's just inquisitive puppy mode. And like, it walks in and sniffs you a little bit.
How close
Noella.
is it getting?
Like, it's
Like up to you.
Yeah, it's up to Noella now, and it's sort of like.
I'll see.
Sniffing.
When it gets that close, the gloves are coming. They've like fired up.
Right, okay. And it's sort of like
There's
jumps back.
thunder crackling on my fists.
Can I retrospectively cast light because I've got it as a cantrip? So
Yeah, okay, if you want.
I've got my
and I'll be able to see.
pendanty thing out as well, so I've got this 20 foot of,
Oh, so
There's
cool.
20
we'll say you can easily sort of see the sort of
and there's the fire going as well, isn't there?
30, 40 feet. Say like 30 feet dim light and the rest sort of dark light. No light.
Darkness.
Black light. Anything white is
Dark
just
light,
glowing.
no light.
Anything white is glowing in the black light.
Mm.
And this like wolf sort of like skits back, and Noella, roll a nature check for me, please.
$10.
I mean, it's not a great roll, but you get the impression that it's not there to hurt yet. It's just a bit hungry.
I will sprinkle out one of my rations packs.
As you sort of sprinkle it out, the three wolves just and they are eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and eating and eating, and they're like licking their chops and stuff, and they snap at the other one for getting too close to its bit of the food, and like their eyes look at you nice and happy, and they retreat back into the woods.
Oh.
See, if Jan was awake, she might have been able to play fetch with those doggies.
She's gonna wake up and be like, "Oh man!"
So upset.
If Sentinel had been there on his own, he'd have just punched a wolf.
Oh dear, I was hoping it wasn't going to come to punching wolves, but thankfully it didn't. But yeah, so the wolves retreat into the darkness, well fed and happy.
Yay!
Is there anything you two would like to talk about or discuss, or?
Yeah, I will. I will ask the Sentinel about his history, where he's come from, what he used to do.
I'm in the army. I fought in the first war against this enemy. So the things that you saw in that town, I've seen all over 100 times, 50 times worse.
So as the clock ticks on, you see Demp start to wake up, and Noella, you're getting a little bit sleepy now. So you see Demp rise, and you think, "Yep, my turn to sleep." So
Well, it's just a 4-hour trance, isn't it?
yeah, so you go and sit yourself up wherever you need to go, and
Trance.
you enter your trance.
Wrong kind of trance.
I tell you, it's just a DJ rig.
That's not DJ saved my life.
If that was the elf trance, that would be the best.
It would be, wouldn't it?
He's just having a 4-hour dance on their own in the corner,
Like silent disco.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
silent disco, just doing
Oh, that'd be so good. That would be
this.
so
Out of the mind
good.
on mushrooms.
I mean, she's a druid as well, so she knows the
I know.
best mushrooms. Oh dear.
Anyway,
So
Is it wrong now imagining elves doing what's it called, the floss?
yeah.
Right.
you get some of the older generation; they're still doing the Macarena.
Yeah, some of the older elves.
Yeah.
Doing 5, 6, 7, 8 from steps.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Every now and then a group of them get together and they're doing oops upside your head, say oops upside your head. Anyway, this is getting ridiculous now.
It's not what a trance is.
No, silly.
Everyone. Silly business.
So while Noella's off her face on ecstasy listening to drum and bass, Demp, you wake up and you take your seat next to the Sentinel. Could you both roll perception checks for me, please?
Ba-dum, 17.
20. Dirty 20.
So you're looking round and nothing really going on. It's quite peaceful out here. It's actually quite nice and soothing. The temperature seems to have balanced itself out now, so it's not freezing. Yeah, and the fire's crackling nicely. It'd almost be relaxing if it wasn't for the impending drama that has just gone on at Myth Ath Losi. So.
If it wasn't for the circling wolves.
Yeah. So, again, if there's anything you guys would like to talk about together.
Yeah, he'll just sort of sit there with a arrow in his bow, sort of set up so it's not stretched, but it's ready to be stretched if need be. He just says over to Sent, so you're in the army?
My whole life.
Something I considered a couple of times myself. Never felt I'd have the stamina for it. Always respected soldiers. Yeah,
It's much easier in a time of war to be a soldier.
Yeah, maybe something I could consider. I suppose my training's equivalent, or could be made into soldiering. Bit of boot camp.
That side of it isn't as important as people suppose that it is. You've got the talent for your weapon. That's sometimes enough. Especially in the more specialist ranks, you would say. And you've got yourself an impressive firearm now.
Yeah, interesting weapon. Certainly will be useful if we run into anything exceptionally nasty. Never quite had a weapon where I feed gold coins into it, but first time for everything. He gives a grin.
Pay to play, baby. Pay to play.
Yeah. That Presh was always
Preach.
Preach. Yeah, Preach.
He was a friend of yours and you don't even know his name.
Yeah.
To be fair,
it's
it's
like
a friend of his. He's only just found out today.
It's like I only found out his name a number of minutes ago.
Crazy, ain't it, right?
I know. He was one of the best blacksmiths we had, and he had some interesting ideas for things.
I
For
totally
sure.
do. He's probably one of the best blacksmiths I've ever met. And I'll sort of get out my short sword just to marvel at and say, like, wow. That's one heck of a blacksmith you have there, sir.
One of the best. If you want any pointers with that rifle, I'm always available.
Yes, please, thank you. Must admit, I've never actually trained with firearms. Oh, it's something new for me.
How hard can it be?
I'm sure
You
you'll be
just point and
fine.
click. You just point and click, right?
Yeah,
Just point to click. It's fine.
there's aim assist.
As long as your purse is deep enough, you've got all the practice time you want.
Lots of copper coins.
Yeah.
Have you got the rifle box out? Are you looking at the rifle when you see this?
Yes, I could get out while we talk about it.
In that case, roll an investigation check for me, please.
Do you want some help with that?
Okay.
Because I'll be having a quick look over it as well
I'm gonna
while it's in front of me.
Yeah, either you both roll or one of you roll with the other person for advantage.
Well, yes, please to help, because that'd be an 11.
Do you want advantage, or do you want me to roll as well, or it's up to you?
Oh, that's a good question. Should we go for advantage?
Go for it.
This one, muck it up. That's not too bad. That's a 15.
So, Demp, as you're looking at the rifle, you're a bit like a kid at Christmas, so you're looking at all the shiny bits on it and stuff, and where the runes lit up before, and as you're sort of sat there in awe, Sentinel, you look over and go, "What's that pouch?" And you point out this little pouch that's in there, and it looks like it's got like a loop on the back, like you'd slide it onto a belt or the strap on the rifle. And you open the pouch, and inside there are gold pieces, but stamped on them there are, "This has no monetary value, it is just a bullet."
I mean, that's not how precious metals work.
It was for comedy effect, but never mind. And on the back you've got like the symbol of the silver nail on the back. So you imagine these are things that he's been playing with to try and not have to put his own money in, because although it's the same size and shape as a gold piece, it's considerably lighter, so you don't think as much gold's gone into it, but who knows.
He's been making some shoddy coins for his own gun.
You see, it's the equivalent of, you know, when you tie a piece of string to your finger when you put a coin in a vending machine and pop it back out again. Imagine something like that.
I like it.
But yeah, as the time goes on, you look over the rifle and it is beautiful. And you start getting heavy-eyed again, Demp, and Umbraa starts to stir, and you high-five and swap places, and you begin the last part of the watch. So, Umbraa, Sentinel, would you both roll a d20 for me? Perception check, please, for me.
Perception.
16.
22.
22. Yeah, again, everything's just sort of peaceful, calm, relaxed. You can hear birds start chirping. You can hear the wolves, probably the wolves that you heard before, howling in the distance. The fire's trickling away to an ember now. It's still nice and warm, but it's not as raging as it once was, so you throw another log on, and again, everything seems to go through peacefully. But if there's anything you'd like to talk about, now is your chance.
Umbraa probably won't talk much, but he will. Sentinel will probably notice that he'll be moving his, moving the top half of his outfit uniform that he's got on.
Okay.
Kind of just messing with something underneath, kind of just pushing and like scratching, and that like just for the whole time pretty much just kind of like moving it and that sort of motion.
Okay.
Might make small talk, but like.
So as the sun reaches through the trees and falls on your sleepy faces, it brings you to a gentle wake. You sit up out of bed. Noella, you brew a pot of tea and offer it round to everybody for morning beverages. Julyan's very eager to try Noella's tea after the magical hangover cure that it gave her last time. So she's first.
Give me.
Yeah, but this is just nice tea. You guys load up the horses. You guys load up the horses after your breakfast. And again, Noella, would you roll an animal handling check for me, please?
Animal handling.
Um, 22.
Absolutely
Ooh, nice.
fine. You sort of stroke the horse's face and hop on the cart, and you get everybody seated nicely, and gently away you go. And again, you reckon you've probably got about another half a day's travel before you make it into Willowbane. But as you're walking along, it starts getting very damp and muddy and boggy, and you imagine from where the heat and the snow meets, it creates like a natural sort of boggy area, almost like a marsh. And you see these big pools of water gathered on top of the grass, and the wheels of the cart start getting bogged down. And at one point you get completely stuck, and you need to everybody needs to like hop out and sort of like lift like the wheels out of the mud ruts and stuff like this. And Sentinel, you're brilliant at this. You sort of like, you get pieces of wood and stuff to put underneath because you understand
mechanically,
sort of like,
yes,
yeah,
but not
like,
strength-wise.
sort of like pivot points and stuff like that, and like creating ramps and stuff like that to get things over. And you're sort of walking along, and you walk along a dirt track and stuff, and you see a couple of felled trees, and like a couple of really, 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 really big puddles with like sticks in and stuff like that just floating along the top. And like the sky breaks, and you can see the sky's grey, and it looks like it's going to rain, but it's a nice sort of quiet road. And again, like I say puddles. These sort of like puddles are quite deep. Again, it is quite marshy and marshland, and Julyan, you can see like sort of like frogs hopping around on lily pads and stuff like that, and there's dragonflies going in the air and all that sort of stuff. Actually, Julyan, roll a d20 for me, please.
Yeah, you cut out d20.
Yes, please.
Yeah. 7.
7.
Oh no, it's not a 7. It's a 1.
Oh wow. Yep, you just looking round and you see nothing. Actually.
Oh look, a frog.
Sen, what's your passive perception? What's
no.
everybody's passive perceptions?
My passive perception is 15.
17.
11.
11. Mura and Noella, Annie. My wife. Both roll.
Rico is 16.
Oh, okay. Rico to roll perception as well, please.
That is not good.
12.
11.
I've got my eye on you now. That's your third one.
24.
Okay. So the rest of you don't really notice anything, but Noella, you notice in one of the puddles quite deep. There is like something shiny at the bottom.
I will point that out to everybody else. Can anybody swim?
I can go to the bottom and just walk along the floor. I can also swim.
I mean, it's not too deep. It's like it'll be sort of like waist height on you. Like Julyan would probably have to swim. Or she could do like a frog dive in or something like that.
Want me to go and take a look?
Yeah, carry on. If you want.
I'll go and take a look.
So you sort of wade out into the water, and the water's surprisingly chilly. Like if you had nipples, it'd be ping. It's cold water. And you reach
Your explanations never cease to amaze me.
You reach down to sort of the shiny object, and you're pulling and pulling. And as you pull, a hand grabs your arm.
Okay. What kind of hand?
You look down, and as the hand grabs your arm, 2 eyes open up underneath. And there is almost a flash of blue light as you are pulled under the water.
That's fine.
So everybody, Sen disappears into this puddle. You see the flash.
I thought you said it was only waist deep.
It was only waist deep. You were fine. You were walking a minute ago.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, maps.
Oh.
There is maps.
Map.
Map,
Well-
map, 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 map.
Map. Well, luckily, the person that doesn't need to breathe is
One
underwater.
over.
So,
This is my favourite. I'm really glad we sent you over there.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that everybody can see.
I
what
assumed that I would be pulled underwater by something.
There we go. The map is visible to all, hopefully.
Oh, it looks like our
Yay.
cameras have been lost.
There we go.
Or is that just on my screen?
No, that should be right now. Right, you guys, could you monitor the chat for me? Because I can't use chat functions while I'm doing this bit.
Okay.
So, I will add you to the board and you should be able to move yourselves
Beautiful.
automatically.
Is this the road?
This is the road
Automatically.
you are on now, yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Is that everybody? No, where's Umbraa there?
Poor
So-
Umbraa.
Umbraa.
Which pool did I go into?
And there's Rico. I'll say Rico's over
Oh.
here, sort of like waiting on the rock. You
Rico.
went into this pool here, so I'll place you in.
I can't
I'll place you in.
move Rico.
Right, okay.
Or
Is there a
me.
way?
You should be able to.
Um,
I haven't changed anything from last time.
Is there a way to get rid of everybody's box at the bottom of roll 20 so I just see the map?
Burger menu on the side. My settings on the far right. And then where it says chat avatars, do name only.
Ah,
There you go.
thank you.
Right. How do I set it so you guys can move your own characters again?
You got this.
Search tokens. Voodoo, help.
I can't remember.
Macros. Can you all ping things on the map? So if you press a square, will it? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. For this one, until I work out the derps again, I will just move you. If you just tell me where you want to go, I will do
Cool.
it for you. So you've still got all your snapping things and stuff. But yeah. So Sentinel, you are currently underwater.
Yep.
Would you all please roll initiative?
Yeah.
Anisha.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
That's average.
DM, permission to get a new dice.
Permission granted.
Can I roll with it?
Have you already rolled your initiative and was it poo?
Yes.
Oh, then no, you can't just change it.
Okay.
Poo initiative for the win. Right, okay, so. Oh. My trusty pencils.
Let's
So-
do this.
So, 25 to 30. 20 to 25. Oh.
Rot-row.
5 to 20.
Well, I'm 13.
Oh.
16.
16.
Who's got the higher dex?
I'm
Oh.
guessing Umbraa.
Yeah, probably Umbraa.
Mine's 16. What's yours?
My dex is 17.
So Noella first.
Flipping it. Noella first. The monk killer herself. So. 10 to 15. Dem, what did you get?
8.
You got an 8. Julyan, what did you get?
7.
What was that?
7.
7. What was yours?
What did you
10.
roll?
What was yours, Sen?
13.
12 was Sentinel.
Am I meant to add something?
Your initiative bonus,
You've got an initiative bonus.
which
Next
is
to your
based on
armor
your
class.
dexterity.
10, not 7.
10.
Sorry.
So that's fine. So
I totally know how to play this game.
Yeah, I got +4 and then rolled a 4.
So, at the start of the round, Noella, who's got a passive perception over 15?
Me.
Mine is 15.
Yeah, Dem.
Rico. Me.
Oh.
Mine's 15.
Yeah, 15 or
Rico's
over?
is 16.
16, yeah. So all of you except for Julyan notice out of this puddle here, this giant humanoid figure, muscular upper body, but the head of a great white shark.
What?
Humanoid legs and arms, comes out the water with like a
Yeah.
bandolier and like kelp clothing, and it's not like, it's obviously humanoid size, but it's jacked and it is huge. And it rises out of the water, and like, you know how deep the water is? It shouldn't have been able to come out of the water, like completely submerged, unless it was hiding there completely. But it comes out of the water nonetheless. And in
What stat can I roll for WTF?
and it's looking round at you. Its eyes roll back and they go black. And it makes its way onto the road. And let me just double check. 5, 10, 15, 20. Dem, it pulls its trident out and throws it at you. And
Well, that's just rude.
I mean, luckily it rolled terribly. So it
Super rude.
throws its trident at you. Demp, you move out the way to the side, but you see there's a chain attached to the trident. So as it's in the air, it sort of grabs it, pulls it back, catches it in the air, and just stands there on guard looking at you, snarling. And it is now Noella's turn.
So as my action, I will cast Fairy Fire,
Okay.
Nice.
So
and then
what do I have to do for Fairy Fire?
Dex
So-
saving him.
It's an
yeah,
area,
Dex save.
So what's it got to be?
I don't know.
What's
What's
your
it gotta
spell
be?
save? What's your spell
What's your
save?
spell
DC?
save DC?
My spell save DC
Just say it's like 25 is fine.
is 15.
15. It does not succeed.
So what does that mean?
So I'm assuming it gets.
What colour's your fairy fire?
Yeah.
Noella.
Blue.
Each object in a 20-foot cube is outlined in
Blue
colour
light.
of your choice.
So there's a blue light now on that Sekulin Hellion.
Yeah, and any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, so you all get advantage against it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sweet.
And you're maintaining a spell now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then I will use my movement. Hang on, how much? So I'll use 10 foot of movement,
Yep.
and then my last 5 foot of movement, I will jump and turn into a dire wolf.
Into
Yeah,
the
you
dire
will.
wall. And I remember the token this time.
Yeah.
So I will remove that token. So
So
you
badass.
see
You're
Noella sort of twist in the air, and a light emanates from the top of this shark, this blue bright light. And as she runs and jumps into the air, her form changes into that of a dire wolf as it lands on all fours, snarling at the shark-like creature. And is that at the end of your turn?
Yep.
Umbraa, you are up next.
Get me up into his horrible sharky face. Let's
Okay.
punch a fool.
Would you
Right.
like to go which way? Just ping a square that you'd like to go at.
There.
Okie dokie. So your movement is there.
I'm a punch a fool
Okie dokie. Roll for an attack, please.
with advantage, yeah, because
Yep,
fairy
because
fire.
of fairy
Yep.
fire.
Oh, thank goodness for that, because the first one was a 3. so, so with advantage, that is a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Roll for damage.
So that is 9 points of damage.
Okay, it takes 9 points of damage.
I will hit it again.
Okie dokie.
19 to hit.
19 hits. Roll for damage again, please.
Oh, 2 6s in a row. Freaking get in. That's another 9 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
And I'm feeling fruity.
Okie
I'm feeling fruity. We'll go flurry of blows.
Okie dokie, go for it. Roll for another attack.
Spend a key
please.
point. That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
That's 8 points of damage. And second pop. 23.
That hits.
That's another 8 points of damage and stunning strike.
Right, what I'm gonna do?
So stunning strike
Constitution save.
is a con save.
What am I gonna be?
15.
Rolled a natural 18.
Worth a try.
So as you jump in and whack, 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 you see it sort of take the blows, and it just sort of looks at you and goes, and like its eyes are still just jet black, and like you hit it hard, but it still looks sturdy. It looks like it took him on the chin. Right, is that end your turn?
Yes, I don't think I can do anything else.
Okie dokie. Right. Sen, you're on deck, but just before that, you see the flash of blue light once again where Sen disappeared as another shark-like creature emerges from the water.
Woo.
Holding Sentinel sort of up in the air. And it is going to bite you, Sentinel.
So it's
Ooh.
grappled me.
It's well, no, it's not grappled you, it's brought you up out of the water with it.
Okay.
So it's going to try and bite you. And that is a natural 1, so that does nothing. So it goes to
what,
bite.
sorry?
It goes to bite you again. A natural 1, so it doesn't.
Oh,
So nothing
Right
happens.
off the shield.
Goes,
welcome Rangers from Fistbolt's channel.
and welcome. And then
Raid.
again, it tries another bite with its multi-attack. 17 to hit.
Nope.
And again, it tries to bite, but your metal armor is just providing too much of a resistance.
Flipping armor class, man.
So
I'm a class of 20.
as it's tried to bite you, it pushes itself away and goes under the water. And boop. It is under the water, nowhere to be seen.
Has it left my area?
All you saw was
Would I get an attack of opportunity?
you can try.
I'll give it.
Roll for disadvantage.
Why?
Just roll for disadvantage.
Okay.
You got this. Because the DM says so.
I was just curious. So that would be. Where are you? 16.
16. That just hits.
Yeah.
That's a fairly decent armor class.
A D8. So it takes 8 plus 5 thunder damage.
8 plus 5
So
was
8,
that.
9, 10, 11, 12. So 13 thunder damage. And something I forgot last time,
Yeah.
but because I've hit it, it's got disadvantage on attack rolls against targets that aren't me.
That aren't you.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So,
Thanks, Sentinel.
it still
Yep.
it still disappears under the water, but you
That's fine,
feel
I
just before it
punched
gets
it on the
away.
way down.
Yeah, on the way down, you've got a solid hit. I'm going to be right back because I'm jiggling like mad because I really need a wee-wee. So, the stream will still be able to hear you talk, but not me. So, be entertaining while I'm gone. Be right back.
I'm gonna fill up my water bottle.
That's
Before
not
I take my-
entertaining at all.
Before I take my turn.
Be entertaining. We are being entertaining. We are being entertaining.
I may take the opportunity to get liquid. Actually,
Fizz, Jan, quick, do a side mission.
We have to go and we'll just head off and kill an up.
Yeah, in the middle of this fight, what has happened when, just so we've got our story straight, when he comes back, in the middle, we've already done the fight. It's already finished. We killed them both. We've made our way to the town, and we found a special thing that makes my dex 20. Okay, we're all clear on the story.
Can someone remind me to do an attack? I roll a d20 and then I have to add.
You add the you should have a to hit bonus on your weapon. So
Alright.
a dagger.
Okay. So
next to your weapon it'll say range, and then it'll say hit/DC.
Yeah. So
and
I
that's
roll.
what you add.
Yeah. Excellent. That's what I couldn't remember.
And then your damage is next to that as well.
Yeah. I couldn't remember which bit I add to attack.
It's all good.
I am back.
You're back.
I'm
Amy
back.
now has 20 dex.
Has a 20 dex.
Yeah, so while you were gone, we did the fight for you. We thought
Okay.
We did a side mission.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did a side mission, and my dex is now 20. Just
Right.
so you're aware.
I'm gonna go with a no. but thanks for
No,
trying.
just a no for now.
Yeah, just
Put a pin in it.
Yeah. Red Werewolf. Thank you for that follow. Okay, so
Does Tabs' microphone keep cutting out for anyone else, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just checking.
my bad. Right,
Trying to do a flip.
Julyan, it is your turn.
Oh my goodness! Right, have I noticed?
Don't I get a turn?
You just. Oh yeah, Sen.
Oh.
It is your turn.
Do I
Sen.
see the guy that went down by me? At
Roll a investigation check.
Yeah, that's my jam.
Investigation.
Roll good
Well, didn't roll brilliant. So
My jam and I failed.
my 3 turns into a 10.
You plunge your head under the water and look round, and you can see the bottom. You look at, but it's not there.
Okay,
then. Well, that's inconvenient.
Yeah.
that is inconvenient. I will move out to there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll move to there,
Yep.
and then I'll tell Rico to take a shot at that other guy. He should be in range.
Yeah, Rico's going on the same.
Yeah,
roll as you,
he just goes straight after
yeah,
me. Yeah.
that's fine.
So he's gonna
Roll for an attack, then, please, Rico.
Come on,
have
Rico.
a go.
Rico.
Man, he did not roll well either.
Come on, Rico. Get it together.
That'll be a 9 to hit.
So as the blast comes across, it hits it, but like the thick shark-like skin, it just and it takes it, and like it just looks, and nothing happens.
Ooh,
And then-
I'm so mad.
Rico's going to come up and land on my shoulder.
Okie dokie.
So he's sort of in the same space as me now.
I'll just
I will
have him-
destroy
I'll have him
anyone that
un-
hurts Rico.
I'll have him underneath you.
Just
now,
FYI.
Julyan.
He's only got 10 hit points.
Yeah.
Julyan, it is your turn. Demp, you are on deck.
Right. So Julyan completely failed the perception check. So have I actually noticed?
You've noticed a sharky monster come out of the one pool and people start attacking it. And you would have noticed a kerfuffle going on with the other pool with the Sentinel. But
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, because it's 20 feet, so I'm gonna run 15 feet to here.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go.
Okay. Because you have the fairy fire, you will roll for advantage, which means roll 2 d20s, please.
Yeah. And I have replaced one of the d20s.
Yes, replace the cursed one.
Right. Nat 20.
Yes.
Well, that's
plus 6 for 26.
That certainly hits. Now, please, would you roll your attack and please roll your sneak attack and double the dice, please, for your
Oh my
crits.
god! Hang on. So that's what? So my attack is 1d4.
1d4.
3.
And then
So 6, and then sneak attack is 3d6. 6, 4, and 5.
Nice.
And
15 doubled.
And then I double that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
15 doubled is 30.
You double the dice, but not your modifier for your dagger or whatever it was.
Yeah, so what did you roll on your
So
D4?
28, it'll be 28 total, because you rolled a 4 on your dagger, didn't you?
No,
I
15
rolled
doubles
3.
30.
I rolled a 3 on the dagger.
Yeah.
Plus
So double the...
Just 36 plus your...
No.
What's your attack? What do you add to your dagger? So it should say a
3.
D4 plus something.
1d4 plus 3. So I rolled 3, added 3.
So that's and then it double the dice. So you rolled a 3 on your dice. Double that is 6.
6
Plus your other 3 is 9. Then you roll 15. Double that's 30. So that's
So it's
39 total.
So 39 total. So
Yes, Jan.
Jan,
Roll.
as you run up, this shark creature's not even looking, and you stab the
In its
dagger
gill.
right into sort of like its abdomen area, and like that hurt. Like Umbraa punched it up a little bit, but when you just sunk that blade in, it hurt.
I'm going to go in with the left hand. The other
offhand dagger.
Offhand
Yeah.
attack. Roll
Offhand
again,
attack.
please.
Yep, so is that still with advantage?
Yep, still with advantage.
Okay.
Get in, Jan.
Right, 19 plus 6 is 25.
That hits.
Okay.
Then it's you don't get to add anything to this because it's an offhand one.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's fine. So it's 3 plus 3 is 6. And then stealth attack still?
No.
No, 'cause it's
You
an
don't get
offhand
that one.
attack.
No,
Just
just on your first one.
Just 6 damage.
Nice.
Brilliant.
45 damage in one round.
That is ridiculous. So as you get the one in, as it sort of recoils off the other one, you bring the other one up and stab it in the side, and like the side of its leg, and you see it sort of wince in pain as it did not expect this little halfling warrior beast to just come and just shank him up terribly.
And I'm gonna look at the direwolf and I'm just gonna go, what the heck was in that tea?
Brilliant. Demp, it is now your turn.
Okay, so Demp sort of shakes his head because he's obviously been delayed by cold weather or something. Sees this, he doesn't know what it is, but it looks like a shark. And he's going to use bonus action to activate what's called Planar Warrior, which is a bonus action, and it means target within 30 feet of me, I get 1d8 force damage on top of my attack if it hits.
Excellent.
Nice.
And then he's just going to notch an arrow and say, don't know what in the seven hells you are, but do you bleed? Draw it, fire.
Okay, roll for an
Nice.
attack, please, Demp.
With advantage.
With advantage, yep.
Thank you. Oh, one ran into another dice. Do you want to declare that cocked?
Yeah, no, if it's cocked, roll again.
Oh, I don't think.
Ooh.
Do that now.
That's a natural 20.
Yes!
Yeah.
I'm going to have a
That's
soundboard
funny.
set up that every time you roll a natural 20, it like explodes in fireworks on the screen because this is ridiculous.
So
That's
that
funny!
20
Ah!
So roll for your damage, Dem. Woo!
Okay, that's one. Right, so I've never actually done this before. So it's roll my dice.
Yep.
Yep.
So dice rolls are 3,
So double that
So
is
double.
6.
6.
And then add,
And then
your
add
damage
your modifier.
Add damage modifier, which is 4. So 10.
So 10 plus your force damage that you've got on there.
Which was 1d8.
Yep. So roll that and double the dice again.
That's a 3 doubled to 6.
And was it a D8 plus something?
It's just a D8, I think.
It was just an extra D8.
Just a
force
1d8.
damage.
Right. So that is 16 points of damage, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So as you notch the arrow and you fire it back, it sort of breaks the sound barrier, and it's, and you see the arrow leave and hit the target before the bowstring's even gone wob 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 and come back, and it hits the shark in the side of its neck, and the force takes it to its knee, and it's like, and you can see like the whites of its eyes now starting to flicker, and it looks real hurt. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Demp?
I don't think there's anything else I can do. So that's my turn.
Right.
You
it
can
is-
move
You can move. You've got movement.
if you want to move somewhere.
You can move it. No.
You can move if you want to.
Leave the car behind. I'm quite happy on the cart actually because it's a good high advance.
Okie
I can arrow over people.
dokie. Okie dokie. It is now the very, very poorly Sekolin Hellions go. And it is furious for a start. And it's down on one knee and it looks at Julyan, and it is going to take a bite.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that's a 1 and gone.
That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Oh dear.
Don't die.
Oh,
At least it wasn't a nat 20.
So that's a... That is 20 points of damage as it clamps its jaws around you and shakes and then,
Oh, jeez.
and then spits you back out again. And while it's down there, it looks at Umbraa that's pummeled its face in, and it brings its claw up and takes a swipe at Umbraa, and that is 22 to hit.
Nah, misses.
I don't believe you. And as it swipes, it catches you across the chest, and it does 8 points of damage to you.
Oh, okay.
No worries.
And
I will
it-
take it.
It is going to flee into this puddle. So all three of you get an opportunity attack on it.
Beautiful.
But you would do if it didn't burn its legendary action.
A
Right.
legendary action.
Mm-hmm.
I said
Where-
that really loud.
It's
Sorry if I've just woken all of the children in the house.
where it can disengage. So it disengages, hits into the puddle, falls backwards, and the water is completely still.
Son of
Gold.
a...
Son of a gun.
Noella, it is your turn.
Is there no other baddies about? Visibly.
You can make an investigation check to see.
Yep, I'll go for that.
Okay.
I mean, what the fuck?
Investigation.
Yes.
So that's 17 for a 24.
You look around, and
No, it's not. It's 17 for a 19. +2, not +7.
I was gonna say, flipping heck.
I was looking at my medicine.
You look around, and you don't see anything.
And also, I just rolled as like me, not a direwolf. So I'll transform back into me, and then do all that.
Well, no,
Your stats carry over.
They don't.
Your mental stats do.
Yeah.
It's
So
only your
No.
physical stats change.
Yeah, it's just your physical stats change.
Okay, that's fine then.
So you're still a direwolf.
Jane is a direwolf.
So you're really strong and really smart.
Smash it.
I am so smart. So you don't see anything.
Okay. So I will revert in my bonus action back to me.
You're not in the water. You're there.
Hold on. If he was fairy fired, what did Noella see when he ran off?
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
so
fairy
he-
fired. So he was he was all
Oh, yeah,
glowy.
you've got fairy fire, haven't
You
you?
should still glow blue.
So
They can't.
No.
Someone with fairy fire can't take advantage from being hidden
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hang on 1 second.
or
In
being
So-
invisible or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
it can't be invisible.
Noella just sees him sprawled out on the front of the pool.
If we can see him, so he glows blue, and for the duration, the objects and infected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. The creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. So if we can see him, I want to still be a direwolf.
Okay. Right. In that case,
Did he just lie flat at the bottom of the pool? Because if he is, that's amazing.
you. Oh, no.
They
Glowing.
can't see me. They cannot see me.
No.
You
Their
can't
vision is
see
based on
me.
movement.
You see the blue sort of aura disappear, and then there's a twinge behind you, and from this pool, you get a ping.
Oh.
They're connected underground.
So
The
you can
books.
so we can see in that pool there.
There is
the
a
fairy
blue.
fire.
There is a blue shiny light. So what I'll do, because I mean,
So-
it's
It's
there.
a real shame for him.
I'll put him back, being so everybody knows where he is.
Don't see me. Don't see me.
Yeah. I mean, he's not sort of like out of the water. You imagine he still thinks he's safe.
It's like when a toddler's hiding in the middle of a park.
Yes.
They can't see me.
Right, and also because we could still see him because oh no, he disengaged, didn't he?
Yeah, he disengaged.
Okay. I will just move over towards that pool then.
Right. Okay. Where do you want to move to?
Just diagonally. What? 20 feet, 30 feet,
5,
20,
10, 15,
15,
20.
20 feet.
Yep. There. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Umbraa, it is now your turn. You see the direwolf turn on its heels and run, and as you look round, you can see like a blue sparkly aura over the top of the water.
So I just kind of can surmise quite quickly that he's in there.
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
Right. I will hot foot it to the edge of the pool.
If you just ping me the location you'd like to go to.
Of course, sir. I will go here.
There you go.
I will then, you'll see Umbraa kind of concentrate, and like, although you've seen him use his fists, you'll now see kind of a bright light start to swirl around his hand.
Mhm.
And I will cast Radiant Sunbolt.
Nice.
So,
I would say normally it would be with disadvantage, but because of fairy fire, it will just be a straight roll.
just a straight roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Because he's got a bloody torch on his head. A big neon sign going.
Like enemy below.
16.
16 is its armor class.
Okay. So that is a d6. That's 5 points of damage,
Yep.
and I will do that again.
Okay, dokie.
That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
That is 7 points of damage.
Brilliant.
And I like how you say that so like really. I'm so happy you just did that to my baddie.
I want to see you guys do well.
And I will. Don't actually think I can do anything else at the moment because he's too far away. I will stand there looking majestic and end my turn.
Brilliant.
Nice.
As you end your turn, the second Sekulin Hellion appears on this edge of the pool.
Try and say that 3 times when you're drunk.
Bursts out of the water, trident in hand, and it's going to throw it at you, Sentinel.
Boo, he says boo.
Boo, I say. Boo.
19 to hit.
Nope.
So it throws it and tink off your armor. And as a bonus action, it pulls it back. And it's going
Has
to...
a cry.
It's going to run
Has a cry.
over here. And end its turn. Sentinel, you are up.
L. I can see one now, and I can get to him, so I'm going to go to here.
Yep.
Run like the wind.
With Rico still sat on my shoulder.
Yep. So... Whoosh.
15, I'll get you there, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are up in its gill. Gill, get it.
Wah, wah. And he's going to get some punches.
Roll for an attack, please.
That is a... Don't want a spell attack. I want a normal attack.
Your thunder gloves on.
They're just my fists.
True.
They're all.
Nice.
They're my own. That's my only weapon attack. 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And that is 8 damage.
8 damage.
And then my second punch
Yep.
is a natural 20 for 28.
That hits, of course. Do what you gotta do, Sentinel.
So that is 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 damage on the second strike.
As you hit with
Nice.
the first strike and the thunder's like sort of like rattling it, you come around with a haymaker and you see its eyes roll white and then come back as you rattle his jaw.
Still up.
He's unhappy. He's still up.
Rico's gonna use my bonus action to tell Rico to make a strike as well.
Okie dokie.
And
Come on,
that
Rico.
wasn't as good. 16.
16 is its armor class.
Nice. And that is a teeny little.
Is Rico going to get the head when I do this again?
He really shouldn't keep doing that. 7
7 points of
force damage.
And again, the blast hits it in the shoulder and knocks it back. And again, it's not happy with you at all.
Good. And
We're not
it's got
overly happy with it either.
and because I've hit him, he's got disadvantage on attacking anyone except for me.
Brilliant.
So they both have that now.
Brilliant.
Hooray!
Brilliant. No, this is the same one that you hit the first time.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah.
So you've got double disadvantage
yeah,
now,
yeah.
which is just
Because
disadvantage.
the other one was. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Double disadvantage.
Julyan, it is your turn.
Right, I'm gonna run the 10 feet.
Yep. Roll for an attack, please.
Yeah.
Stabby, 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 stabby.
Is it still with advantage, or are we out of that now?
No, there's no advantage on this one, just a straight roll.
Okay.
But he is engaged with an ally.
So
But
if you hit, you still get sneak attack.
So yeah, you still get your sneak attack if you hit.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Plus.
Try with the other hand.
Yep.
And that is 22 to hit.
That hits.
Woo!
Come on, Julyan.
3 plus 3 is 6 damage.
Yep, so
And
you
then
run
sneak
up.
attack.
Oh, yeah, plus your
And
sneak,
sneak
attack.
attack.
And sneak attack.
It's sneak attack with an offhand attack.
On the offhand?
No, not an
Yeah.
offhand. Oh, right.
You
okay.
can.
It's
It's just
the
it's an
first hit.
attack.
All right, okay, so yeah, there you go. Roll your sneak attack.
Woohoo! 12, 13, 14, 15,
I think
16.
without the
16.
dual wield defeat, I don't think you can add your dex to the offhand. That's the only
Okay.
thing.
Right,
So that
okay.
was 16 plus the original
Yep.
6 that I threw.
No worries. So you run up, and your first strike, it sort of parries, but again, your speed and nimbleness, you bring another one up and catch it in its side, and again, they don't like you.
No.
They don't.
I'm going
like
to use. I'm going to use the rest of my movement to go behind those rocks, and I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Which rock? Sorry, ping them again.
The rocks behind Sentinel.
Okie dokie. So there, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to hide.
As a bonus action.
Yes.
So it will take a swipe at you for disengage, unless you disengage.
But he's got disadvantage on the attack
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
of,
but
because of me.
I am really squishy right now.
You might want to disengage then.
I'll disengage instead of hide.
Okie dokie. So you've disengaged.
Good plan.
Demp, it is your turn, my friend.
Okay, I think
British him.
dude in the lake.
Yep.
I think just within 30 feet, according to
He
the
is
system.
indeed, yeah.
Okay, so planar warrior on him, please. Bonus action.
No problem.
And I'm just gonna with the bow again. He's following the direwolf, and he sort of looks at where the light's changed. It's gone from that leg to that leg. Just goes, neat trick. Loads of new cocks another bow.
Yep. Roll for an
That
attack,
makes no
please.
sense. Locks another arrow.
Hit him.
Arrow, bow.
How awesome
This-
would it be if you pulled back a bow that had a tinier bow in it, but then shot an arrow?
That'd be brilliant.
Do I still get advantage on this?
This, you'd get disadvantage because he's underwater, but because of the fairy fire, it cancels the disadvantage, so it would just be a straight roll.
Okay, well that would not brilliant. That would no. My roll's not brilliant. I meant that would be a 16.
16 just hits.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
We've been
Good.
hitting exactly their armor class quite a lot.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been natural 20s, it's been exactly how much we needed to hit them.
and that will be 11 damage.
11 damage.
Nice.
Okay. It is looking really hurt.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, you don't know that, but under the water you just hear. Ouch.
Stop hitting me!
Is that the end of your turn, Mura?
I believe so.
Okie dokie. Top of the
Nice.
round, we go back to the Sekolin that is up here.
Sharknado.
Now, Julyan, as you hit it, and you ran away, it sort of and sniffed the air and noticed the trickle of blood that is round you, and it disengages from Sentinel and it charges at you with its trident.
Bugger.
Oh no! It's got disadvantage. It's got disadvantage.
No,
You
it
might be
doesn't.
okay.
No, it doesn't. If
It
a
does?
if a creature is bleeding, it gains advantage on the attack.
So it's
then it's
just a
a
straight roll.
Oh, it's got the Sahogin thing. Oh.
Can I do anything to counter?
It
Well-
rolled.
The ringing in his ears of my thunder gloves have made it better.
16, Julyan.
That hits.
Oh no! Someone be ready with cure wounds.
10 points of damage.
You still up?
Ouch!
Are you still up?
I'm still up.
I think, have you got like 3 health or something? Yeah.
And unfortunately, as it stabs you again, it's going to come back in with another bite.
No!
It smelled.
It can double bite.
It's got a multi-attack.
Oh, man.
It smelt blood, and it
I
goes
thought
after
it was
blood.
like a bite and a claw.
No.
I should have hidden.
don't
Oh, I
like
suppose it wouldn't have made a difference, would it, if I was
Se-
bleeding?
17.
Ow! I am very, very dead.
No, that's to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, 17 to hit. Yeah, that
Yeah.
hits.
14 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm
mean,
out.
that's-
You're unconscious.
Yeah.
You're not dead. You're unconscious.
I'm
As
unconscious.
as it digs in with the trident, it follows it down and bites deep and throws Julyan to the side like a rag doll.
No!
As she, I'm gonna put a little skull and crossbones. No, I'm not put skull and crossbones on you because you're not dead
I'm
yet.
say that is harsh.
I'm gonna put a red cross across you to say you are now unconscious and bleeding out.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna get you stabilized.
I'm
It's gonna be
right.
totally
I'm
fine.
right there.
Hi, Kian.
It's fine. Oh, hi, Kian.
Hi, Kian. Welcome to the fight. It has done everything that it needs to do now. It can do in one turn now, but it looks around, blood dripping from its face,
My
and
blood.
its eyes black as it stood, like over the corpse. Well, not corpse, over the unconscious
Fine
form
corpse.
of Julyan.
I'm not dead yet.
It's just a body
Excuse
at the
me.
moment.
Yeah, Noella,
Excuse me.
it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm
I'll
gonna.
got this up the top. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna move into this one nearest me, and I will bite.
Right. Okay. Roll for an attack, please.
This is how stressed I am. I'm
Oh,
biting my
you got
nails.
Is this like when KX went unconscious?
So is it?
Oh God, don't.
Is this just straight roll?
Yeah.
Please don't kill me in the second game.
I can do heal magic. It's fine. How rough does that guy look? That got Jan.
17.
17 hits.
Right, so that is 2d6.
How rough does the guy look like by me?
Pretty beat up, but he's not ready to go down yet.
Okay.
11 points of damage.
Okay. Thinking ahead.
Noella,
Yeah!
how would you like to end this creature's life?
Friggin' yes. Get him.
Yeah.
As he's laying, he's laying in the water.
Yeah.
So I'm literally gonna put my head in the water, rotty it, and pull its head off.
So you see the direwolf jump in the water, head goes down. You
Yes.
see just red, like pools of blood and gore as its head shakes, and it opens its mouth, and this head just falls onto the floor, and the body rises to the surface. This
Yes.
monster is dead!
Yes.
Hell yeah. In the
Oh
town.
yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna use 35 feet of movement.
Yeah.
And then my final 5 feet will be the leap to turn. Oh, actually, how injured does that one look?
It's took a beating, but it's still got a bit in it.
I'm gonna stay as a direwolf then and move 5 feet.
Okay, so that's your 35 feet of movement.
I got 50 feet of movement, but that is my 50 feet of movement.
Right, okay, there's your 50 feet of movement then. Umbraa, it is your go.
Right. I am not happy that our friend is unconscious. I am going to run up to the other shark dude.
Would you
Oh,
ping
there
a
I've
point
got-
on the map?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I want to go here.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. I am going to. This one's not fairy fired, is it?
No.
No. Pop.
Pop, roll for an attack.
That is a 17 to
That
hit.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is Oh, hold on. My brain's gone completely blank. What am I plus 3? So that's 5 points of damage.
Yep.
Second attack. That is 24 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
That is 9 points of damage.
Oh, yes, it doesn't like that.
I'm going to spend a key point to do flurry of blows.
Yep, go for it.
Pop.
Yep.
That is 21 to hit
That
and
hits.
an 18 to hit.
Yep, both hit. Roll damage on both of those.
Hurt my friend. That's 9,
Julian's laid there thinking, yay, she called me her
13.
friend.
16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. So with a whack,
Get in
whack,
there.
whack, whack, it sort of starts rocking back, and again, it starts panting and panting as there's a bit of blood appearing down the side of its mouth. That's not Julian's for a change. So,
Yay.
is that
And I'm
everything?
just gonna, like, as much as I can muster in my tabaxi frame, do the lowest guttural growl that I can muster. Oh, excuse me, I am an intimidating monk.
Okay.
Aren't you like a tiger man?
Yeah, I am a tiger man from the Order of Tempest. I am have a much scarier growl than that, thank you. Scary Tony the Tiger.
I'm just
You know.
imagining a little like 3-week-old kitten just going.
So you were there.
I'm
Yeah.
going to
There.
wrench you.
So that's 35.
Yeah.
That's the best I could do.
And I'll end my turn there.
Okay, so you're right up in his grill then. So I'll move the direwolf right.
Amy should have had advantage on all of those rolls.
I shouldn't.
Yes, she should have. She's flanked with me.
No, you're not the opposite side of it. For flanking, you'd need to be there.
Okay.
You're engaged with it, but you're not flanking. Okie dokie, so that ends your turn, Umbraa.
It does.
Sweet. So, Sentinel, it is now your go. It should have been the other shark monsters, but he's currently having a float.
But he
there instead.
did.
Good.
You're dead.
We got sushi for tea.
How rough does this guy look?
He still looks like he's got something in him.
Okay, then I will move to here.
Move.
Come on.
Yeah,
So I'll move to there,
yeah.
and I will cast Cure Wounds
On Julyan.
on myself.
On yourself.
No way. On Julian.
Brilliant.
So I
Okie
cast
dokie.
it. I have cast it. So it is. You get
Come on, Q.
8 hit points back.
Okay,
You're
do
not
I
dead.
need to do a death save
No,
first?
no. He's picked
Nope.
you up before you have to
He's
take your
picked you
first
up
death
before you've
save.
had to roll.
Okay, so 8 healing,
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're
Yes,
back
that's
up
good.
to 8.
8 hit points back. Yay! Hooray!
So you're just lying on the floor now.
yeah.
And then
Ow.
bonus action, Rico's going to have a go.
Okie dokie. Go on, Rico.
So are we playing?
Go on, Rico.
Are we playing flanking
Yeah,
rules then?
if you're
Or not?
if Rico's on your shoulder, you are flanking with Annie in her direwolf form, so you will gain advantage on this creature.
I didn't know we were playing flanking rules.
Yes, we are.
Okie doke.
Whoop whoop.
That is a
Be good.
22 to hit.
that's good.
22 does hit.
And that does
Kill him, Rico.
5 force damage.
5 force
Rico,
damage.
Rico.
As
Yeah.
it hits him in the chest, you see like blood pour from the wound and stuff. It's looking really, really, really hurt.
Come on, Julian.
All right.
As you
And
end your
he
turn.
doesn't. Yep, but he doesn't have disadvantage anymore because it's the end.
Okie dokie.
It's just like one set until my turn again.
Right. Julyan, it is now your turn. You awaken, foggy, blood everywhere, but you're okay. You're late, sprawled out on the floor, but you're okay.
I mean, 8 hit points is not okay.
Yeah, but like you know you're not dead. You know you're not unconscious. You're there. You breathe. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna throw from where I am. I'm gonna throw my daggers.
Both of them.
Yes.
Roll for an attack, please, on both daggers.
Okay. Do I get any disadvantage because I'm on the ground?
No.
Shouldn't do.
Okay. Oh damn. I'll
take your red cross off you now as well.
Right, so the first dagger is 9.
That misses.
And the second dagger is 18 to hit.
That hits.
Come on, Julia.
Roll for damage.
Okay.
With sneak attack as well.
Nice. Right. 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you there, Julyan.
Uh-oh.
Finish this fight.
Yay!
Yes! All right. So the next dagger, the dagger in the left hand. So just 6, 7, 8 stealth damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
But second dagger. So the first dagger misses. Second dagger just goes straight in the eye.
Nice.
So, as you sort of roll around and come to consciousness, you fling one dagger and it goes straight. You sort of close and focus, and you pull the other one over the top and let it go. And as it goes into the eye, and the shark monster falls.
Yes.
And the creature is dead.
Yes.
We did it.
Woo!
Jan. Don't forget to whistle.
Oh yeah.
And as
Okay,
you
right,
whistle,
My bonus action to whistle, and they both go back into my.
they do indeed.
And now there's all like blood and guts
Shark
and eye
guts on
juice
them.
all over you, all over your legs.
Can we say that they clean as they fly through the air?
As they fly through the air, they shake themselves off before they land.
Yeah.
Into the boat.
To do this.
They
Go down.
They
go,
fly
"Ew!"
in an arc. They fly in an arc through the water and then into your belt.
I just like,
Wipe themselves on the grass.
ew, ew.
Yeah. Ew, blood.
Ew. Okay. Are we out? Is that it? Are we out
You
of
are now
attack?
out of combat.
Woo.
I will drop direwolf form and I will cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okie dokie.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Umbraa.
I will leave the battle map up just for for the sake of it, basically.
So that is 21 points of damage. Not damage.
Not damage. As she
Suck it, Jan.
as she gets a potion and just bottles you with it.
Here you go. Smash.
Brilliant.
Thank you. I knew it. Okay, so I take it that's actually 21 points of healing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank God for that.
Brilliant.
DM,
Yes.
did you say it dropped cold before they cropped up?
No, there was no temperature change.
No temperature change. Sorry, I must have misheard something somewhere. Can I go and check the one that's in the pool, the one that Noella killed?
You can indeed. I won't move the tokens and stuff like
No,
that.
no, it's fine.
I'll leave it as it is. But yeah, if you roll,
I'll roll an investigation on the one that's by me as
Yep,
well.
both of you
I'll
roll
drag the
investigations.
body out the water first.
Okie dokie.
Well,
Yeah.
the actual body, because the head was.
I was
already-
going to run over and do the same with the body near everyone over here.
Okie dokie. In that case, would you like to both roll an investigation check, Mura and Sentinel? I'll put Mura up there because he's on his own down there, and I don't want him to be lonely.
That is a
Investigation.
23.
23.
Gracious.
Mura and Umbraa. Investigation checks, please.
That's a 12.
12.
Mine's a 16.
16. Okay.
It's not too bad. I'm only a
So-
+3, so I've actually rolled pretty decent.
So as you're sort of turning the pockets over, you find between the two of them 98 gold pieces.
Okay.
You find their tridents that they had on their chains.
2 tridents.
And as you're patting them down, Sentinel, you feel something
I was
in
like-
like
I'm checking him down for like orders or what on earth is going on stuff rather than money.
you find a pouch on this one's belt. And as you open the pouch and look in, you see the same gem that was in the throne room when you fought the Bandahob, the one that Noella touched.
Don't touch it.
No, I'll close the pouch again, and I'll go over to the other one. Do I see a similar pouch?
You do.
I'll have a look in that one as well.
There is indeed the same gem.
Okay.
You also roll a history check.
History. Do I get advantage of history because I'm from history?
No.
That is a very poor 8.
I mean, I'm not going to punish you too much because you were there when it happened.
It's just whether I can actually remember.
You will have,
It's been a few hundred years.
You will
It's been a
definitely.
while.
You will definitely remember these. These are the Sekulin Hellions. They were foot soldiers that Umbraa used to use. These were sort of like the front line, not the general sort of normal soldiers. These were a little bit beefier
Not the
than-
grunts.
Yeah, these were a little bit beefier than the grunts.
Like Spec Ops.
Almost, yeah.
Spec Ops.
And as you were fighting them, you realise the reason why they were so dangerous is because they do have this ability to appear in bodies of water, and they reappear and disappear and stuff like that. And like their bloodlust is something crazy. You're also very much aware that you're lucky that there was only 2 of them.
I'm not hearing any of the words you just said.
Right, okay. You're also very lucky. You also realise that you're very lucky that there is only 2 of them, because normally they travel.
No, your microphone really does keep cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You realise that you were lucky there were only 2 of them, as normally they
Only
hunt
2 of them because
normally
they
hunt
hunt in
packs.
packs.
There we go.
Okay. Some of that was lip reading, I got you. I was lucky that there's only 2 of them because they usually hunt in packs. Hey guys, we're lucky there was only 2 of them. They usually hunt in packs.
I can hear myself.
That doesn't help us.
I think it's because Annie's mic. Is your microphone switched on? Your microphone is switched on because it's making. Oh.
I think just maybe your noise gate drops every now and again.
Maybe.
If you move too far away or you're talking across it,
I will just talk like this from now on.
Hello, Forces radio presenter.
I mean, like that is an option.
Welcome
Open
to Dungeons and Dragons, everybody.
Today, our intrepid adventurers.
We've got 19 gold pieces each, and there's 3 left over, so I figured we give those to Demp for his gun. Is that okay with everybody?
My 19 can just go to the gun.
Okay, so
I'm keeping my 19. I nearly died.
okay, so yeah, so Julyan, you have 19.
Woo!
I will have 19. Noella has 19, and then Demp, you will have 38. No, plus 3, 41 gold pieces.
Of which 22 are for the gun.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, they don't have to be, but that was the intention.
Just in case.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold up the 2 pouches for these stones and say, "This is how they were getting around. This is how they get here." I don't know whether to destroy them or whether to take them somewhere.
Maybe if we can keep it safe, it may be worth taking one for a Arcanist to have a look at.
Annie, while you were gone, as they were patting down the bodies, they found pouches on them that had gems in that were the same as the one that you touched in the throne room. So Sentinels just picked the pouches up very carefully.
I can hear you, but none of that's just come through.
Oh, really? Has none of that just come through?
Nope.
That might you
Right. It's as if
It's because you're talking across your mic. It's
Okay.
not picking up on the noise gate. I don't think.
Okay, there we go then. I'll leave it sat in front of me and just stare straight.
Yeah.
So yeah. So,
Or maybe either switch it to continuous broadcast or push to talk.
let me just. I'll see if that helps a little bit.
Okay.
Did that work?
I mean, more or less.
I mean,
I'll work it out. I'll work out what the problem is. But yeah, so you have your gold. You have the tridents if you want them. You've found those gems. Sentinel, they're in your possession.
We'll put the tridents on the cart.
I'm tempted to put one of the things on the card.
One of the bodies
Yep.
on top of the casks of alcohol we've been tasked to deliver.
To the side. Is there space for a body on the cart
Yeah, there'd be space for you to.
without sullying the merchandise?
Yeah, yeah. The merchandise is like under sheets and stuff, and in casks. You'll be okay.
We may want to cover the body as well. We do not want to frighten the town.
I'll
Yeah,
take one of the tarpaulins off the casks of ale. I'm guessing they're like waxed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they're for travelling, and I'll
I can
wrap
just
one of the
cast
bodies.
invisibility on it.
if it comes to it. But
Okay. It only lasts up to an hour anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe when we get to the town.
and I'll
Let's keep it as a Hail Mary.
because I want to take this to the rendezvous to say, look.
If there was any doubts before,
Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to play, obviously, but I would recommend taking the one that has a head.
Do one of them not have a head?
Yeah. No.
I'll
yeah,
rip the head
Noella
off.
ripped the head off the one of them.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll take the whole one.
So that's the one that nearly killed Julyan. So maybe every
I'm
now.
gonna kick it as
I was
I'm
going to say
climbing.
every now and then, as you climbing back in the cart, you give it a boot. But yeah, so as you leave the area of combat and saddle back up on the ride, you wrap the Hellion in the tarpaulin, and you don't have to be gentle with it because it's one, it's dead, and two, it's a big bad horrible thing. So
I am not being gentle with it.
yeah, you're almost like hate bundling it, like rah, rah, and like lashing it up and stuff like that, and you get it into a decent sized package for considering it's like heft. And do you continue on your journey?
How long have we got until like sundown?
I mean that was only like 6 rounds, 7 rounds of combat.
Yeah, but how far have we travelled up until that point?
You've got about 2 hours before you get to Willowbane.
Or we can
Oh,
push on.
we're gonna make it to the town.
Oh, you'll
today
make
then?
it to the town tonight, yeah.
Can I short
Yeah,
rest in the? Because I've still got a little bit of healing to do.
Yeah,
Can I
of course
short
you can.
rest in the cart?
Of course you can.
Yay!
Off we go then.
All right. It says recover, reset, changes during this rest. There's a box I can tick. Do I tick that? Reset maximum HP, changes during this rest. Or rogue hit
that one.
die.
Roll hit die.
Yeah, roll
Right.
right.
It die.
1d8 plus 1.
Okay.
Total 5.
So as you
You've
saddle
got
everything
five,
back up.
you've got 5 hit dice that you can roll. You can roll it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and you can roll them one at a time.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's a D8 for you plus 1. So roll 1, and you go like, oh, I still want a bit more health than that. You can roll another one. You just check them off.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I've got my first d8 here, and that is 5.
So is that
That's
5
6.
plus 1? 6 points of health you
Yep.
get
All right,
back.
6 points of health, and that brings me up to my max. So
There you go.
I'm
There you go.
yeah.
So
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 I'm traumatized, but I'm better.
so as you're continuing along the journey,
Was anyone else hurt?
I don't think so.
Me, but only a little bit.
I don't. No, nothing
spend-
hit me.
I can
That's
spend
right.
a hit. I can spend a hit die while we're going along.
I
Oh,
might
that hit die now.
take off his sort of. He has, I think it's like a green cloak on him.
Yep.
Can he take that off? So, Julyan, can you as a like makeshift
Cushion
duvet.
blanket sort of thing. Yeah.
blanket which he's resting?
Cocoon in it. Curl
I
up.
will be a fluffy
Next.
tortilla.
I am now a burrito.
I am now a burrito.
So, as you plod along and you sort of recovering off what was a bit of a scathing fight, you start coming. The road goes from mud back to grass, back to cobble road, and you see in front of you
Cobble?
massive sort of oak pillars, one by one by one by one by one, with a point at the top.
Point at the top.
Like a guard fence across the top, as like sort of guard, like a guard fencing. And you can see in the middle of all of this, there's sort of like a stately wooden manor home. And as you walk close, there is a guard in sort of ragtag leather clothing, and he's wearing what looks like a cowboy hat and sat there playing a guitar.
Ding, 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 ding,
And he looks over at you and goes, "Hey, we got some friends. Welcome to Willowbane." And that's where we'll end tonight's game.
We made it! Jan nearly died!
Jan nearly died.
No, you didn't even have to make a roll for it. Oh. That's not nearly died. That's just fell over.
Jan
Jesus,
nearly
fella.
died.
Fine.
It's going to
Jan.
be role-playing traumatized halfling who's wrapped in a blanket.
Wrapped
The
in a
thing is-
blanket.
What you saw when you opened your eyes was like Sentinel's like weird head face thing with his just 3 red lights. No actual face.
Comforting?
Brilliant. What I will say though, while we were doing that fight, thank you Yellow Trainer, thank you Red R Werewolf for those follows. Fizzbolts, thank you so much for that raid. Kian, I'm sorry you don't understand, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And yes, apologies when I'm in the battle thing, I can't see chats. But I've worked out what I can do is I can get it up on my phone and do it for next time.
And we're gonna sort out that noise gate as well.
And yeah, we'll sort out the noise gate as well, which is weird because I don't think it happened last time. But again, episode 2, who dis? This is new for us all. But yeah, you have arrived at Willowbane. You are all in one piece.
For the most part.
The cart is in one piece, which is the most important thing because, you know, that's what you've been paid to do. You
Oh yeah, we
survived.
gave us 30 gold each. I haven't added that. onto
Yep,
the-
you've also got your 30 gold each.
Forgot
I
about
am rich.
You are rich indeed. Oh dear. But yeah, so as we bring the game to a close, have a think about everything, the events that have transpired. Have a think about how that would have affected your characters going forward. And give me about another few weeks and I'll try and... Well, I'm off work this week, so chances are by the end of this week I'll have wrote the next one. So, next time, when it's all said and done, I will arrange a time and date with you all and we can go and do episode 3. The Phantom Menace. No, wait, that's episode 1. Oh, dear.
Oh, I think you should end your stream, babe. Nobody's
We
getting
can't
anything you're saying.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Nobody died. Everybody's alive.
Can it just stop?
Thank you all for coming, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.